Alrighty, hi everybody. Welcome again to the fifth session of Scuffed Rolls Revived. I'm your DM, Thomas, and these are the band of goobers and the remaining party, all still alive and surviving. But we left we had another eventful session last time, and for the bit of a recap, our party seemed to have started in, at least from the perspective of their new compatriot or would-be compatriot, Harvok, waking up from his similar dream of other nightly terrors or otherwise, and seemingly going out to investigate or at least confirm any sort of suspicions. However, on his way over to Ash Point, he came to encounter the party now traveling down to the Grey Gate, and through quite a bit of discussion or introductions or otherwise, both from the heavily talkative and conversation carrying Karvok and the still um, slightly brooding and silent main party as they made their way down and speaking to this new stranger. Um, Thankfully, however, the parties converged and moved on to the Grey Gate together, only stopping to investigate the different fauna within the region of the Misted Isle. One of the more dangerous ones being the hangman trees, or otherwise that you got some more knowledge on. Before reaching the Grey Gate itself and stopping to equip or set up the wagons like tarp shielding or otherwise, just in case you landed in an area whether that had like snow or rain or otherwise, you'd have some protection from it. Uh, at the request or advice from Theoden. However, while setting this up, we came to meet Torrens, new uh, familiar gained to him by his multi-classing and otherwise, but came in the form of a giant raven that landed, quite startlingly so, on the archway that was the Grey Gate before bursting into hundreds of different of the ravens or deep crows that you guys have seen in your time within the Misted Isle, seemingly as a culmination of those creatures, and turned out being the 12-eyed crow that you had seen prior. After which the party waited not much longer within the Misted Isle, some final discussions before setting out, but nonetheless, you all made your way through the Misted Gateway that is the Grey Gate, and it dropping you within the crooked and broken marshy forestry of some unknown location, currently and thankfully set up to prevent it in the midpoints of a pretty heavy downpour or otherwise that came down and kind of sullied the mood even further as the party quickly came upon the late asked questions of exactly what year or date it is outside within the now back to the, I guess one could say, the actual world or material plane or outside of the Misted Isle in general. And you came to realize that it is 208 post barrier, which for some of you apparently is quite a different date than what you had left the world on. Uh, a majority of the party seemingly being close to that year, but a few being rather shaken up or stirred by the news. The most of which being Tora, who had left a war behind apparently, and it had ended without his involvement. His exact involvement within the war is still unknown, but uh, however, your ponderings or worries or otherwise within this newly brought news or otherwise was halted and stunted by the sound of conflict, despair, and battle in the distance. Only punctuated again by a strange uh, and brooding or otherwise very menacing aura that was only picked up by Tora's acute senses or otherwise, that flowed through the air, startling both Tora and the the familiar with Korn. The party, quick to snap their reins in order and kind of kick themselves back into gear, were quick to move and to investigate the source of this conflict or otherwise. However, the muddied terrain and broken brambles and otherwise seemed difficult on the carriage and slowed you down just enough to not make it there in time. Coming upon the aftermath of whatever battle had taken place here, multiple the three caged carriages strewn about, locks broken or otherwise torn apart, and whatever guards or otherwise had been struck down and were now rising again as creatures known as husks. The one surviving, still barely standing or otherwise, but soon to be converged upon. Though the party did what they could, you killed all the husks or otherwise put them down and out of their misery. However, not before the creatures were able to land a bite and spread infection onto this unknown individual that would come to be known as a man named Ryan, one of the mercenary hired guards to support and move this the slave caravan en route down to the nearby town of Gallows Water. Uh, Yet it is at the conclusion of these discussions and the death of this NPC or otherwise that we left our last session off at. And so we resume, our party still standing within the bloody and muck-filled road, and where the caravan had been falled upon. The rain still coming down in a steady pour, its sputtering raindrops ringing off the iron bars of the caged caravans, as the party stands around the body of the would-be survivor. As Karvok wipes his blade of his blood, the only thing to break the momentary silence being the slight churn of the wagon's wheels as you see it rolling up behind you. As Theoden pilots it down to you with the husk threat now removed.
I feel a little wiped. Combat always gets to me.
I agree. I could use some time to refocus myself.
Is everyone all right? After somewhat harrowing in some places there, good fight all around, in my opinion.
Are any of you in need of aid?
I don't need aid. I think thanks to your magic back there, Kinnick, I fared quite well, so thank you.
Yes, no worries.
So nobody needs any treatment that they can think of right now?
I'm a little beaten up myself, but I can take care of it.
Yeah, we've got a few scratches, but I'm not a priority by any means.
Well, I suppose I'll treat myself then. And I'm going to use battle medicine on myself. And I will be using my assurance to take the 15.
Okay.
So I will heal myself for 2d8 hit points as I wrap some bandages on the wounds that they scratched me at.
Okay. Go ahead. Was it like 2d8 plus?
Please. Oh yeah, let's go. It's just 2d8.
I got you.
And I'm at max now.
Okay. You wrap the bandage you're otherwise bound. It's mostly, you don't necessarily need to wrap anything. It's mostly just clearing away any sort of like, mostly just cleaning the wounds. And thankfully with the rainwater, it's already done a lot of the work for you. They hadn't left anything necessarily in need of severe bandaging, more just minor like broken skin from like the scratches of their like nails or bruising. But nonetheless, you wipe them clean and you feel a lot better.
After I sit down for a moment, I want to talk about what's next.
I could use a quick breather myself. I will join you, Tora. It'll be a bit of a bonding time, you know.
I prefer to refocus myself in peace and quiet, but you can come along with me if you wish. There's a tree over there.
I can see my way.
Okay.
Me and Tora go to refocus.
I'm gonna climb a tree.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna refocus.
Okay. A lot of the trees right now are pretty stripped of leaves or otherwise. You get the feeling it's mostly due to the temperament of the region, but you do find one that still has a pretty hardy or otherwise still a majority of them gripping to its branches as you kind of make your way over. Could you make a hidden GM or a blind GM perception check for me?
Of course.
I'm just standing underneath the tree, and I'm just.
You can
holding
make
my
one
sword.
too as well, Karvok.
Okay.
Oh, I did initiative. Does it roll for you still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the cart and just focus there.
Okay. You climb onto the back of the cart into the shielding of the rear end.
You say private or blind?
Blind. Okay. Kor- Korvok, you kind of like bring yourself up as Tora is now approaching the tree. Tora, can you these crooked and kind of low hanging branch trees are not the most difficult to climb. The hardest thing being the dirtying aspect of the water and the the bark kind of breaking off, softened by the rain as you kind of like pull yourself up the branches before you find yourself sitting a little bit over a dozen feet into the air, just kind of like sitting onto the branches and just kind of like focusing yourself. You see Korvok kind of bring himself to the base of it, planting his sword in front of him as he just kind of like stands around the rain kind of ringing off of his metal like chest piece as he sits below you. You having the comforts of a pretty wide and wide berthed branch kind of hanging directly over you, protecting you somewhat from the rain as you kind of close to your thoughts. But as you are, I'm assuming you're trying to refocus.
Checking the refocus activity.
I am also doing that.
Yes.
Kinnick, you're also doing the refocus activity?
Yes.
Is refocus an exploration activity or?
I have no clue. You just do it for 10 minutes and I get
it's like a 10
1 point
minute.
back.
I
It is
Yeah, I get a
considered-
focus point
my 1
back,
point.
and then I reduce my curse.
Okay, yeah, it's an exploration activity.
Because I got 2 points total.
But yeah,
I
you
get one
can
back.
you can still do it. As long as. Yeah.
There it is. Bam.
Wait, what?
What are you doing? Oh.
No, I just put it in the chat.
No, I don't see anything.
I don't see it.
Oh,
Oh, it's because you did blind.
Blind.
I will just meditate.
I don't
I'm just
remember
gonna-
exactly what deeds I needed to do.
Try to relax.
I mean, it's kind of like flavored for your class, I think, so.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like get away from the rain for a little bit and just kind of like close my eyes and focus on like breathing in the fresh air outside. Just kind of like meditate for 10 minutes, focus on the breathing.
It's kind of cute.
Carvok's just standing there, his sword planted in the ground, both hands on it. He's just like, still as a statue, just trying to get like this vaguely red aura to like diminish while he concentrates.
Oh.
Hmm?
Karvok.
Hmm?
There's a dead body over there. In the mud.
Ah, I see. Well,
You don't. It's kind of hidden behind a few like bushes. Tor, you can kind of see it because you're like look from like the height that you're in. You've now can kind of like peer over the otherwise like tall standing and broken like shrubbery where the creature must have like fallen through. You do see a protrusion kind of coming out from like what would be its like upper right shoulder. Korvok, you can kind of now just looking over to where he's like pointing, even in the rain, you kind of bring your hand up to keep it out of your eyes. You can see what seems to be like the shaft of and like feathered point of an arrow kind of pointing over the bush. But you can't necessarily see the carcass yet. But you can see, you know where he pointed to.
and is my refocusing done?
No,
Or are we still-
that's kind of you can continue and ignore it, but this is
okay.
why I had you roll perception.
I'd like to take a look at it. Once
You got-
I'm done.
Okay. What about for you, Karvok?
That as well. I need to.
Okay. The 10 minutes pass and your guys' is like meditation. The rest of the party just kind of like,
Oh, while they're refocusing, could I do something?
yeah, what's up?
Can I just try my best to bury Ryan's body?
Okay. Do you have any sort of like digging supplies on you?
I don't. I was. I guess can I look through like the supplies on the carts and stuff to see if there's anything I can use to dig?
Hmm. There's like the 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 you guys have like a barrel of like of feed for the horses. You could take the lid off. There isn't like a collection of tools or anything. Besides like a small mallet to install like the spare wheel or to remove like the axle, but the 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 best thing you could probably digging without like a shovel or using like the thing. It would be difficult, to dig like down to like 6 feet or otherwise. Um, but you could like there is a small like marshy like pond
Yeah.
that you could like at least weigh the bodies down if you bury them
Yeah.
that way. But
So I guess I'll use the lid and try to like scrape away some like a soft patch of the mud and then just kind of keep
just
it
kind of
back
bury
in
it
the
over them. Okay.
give him some respect and death.
Okay. Can you go ahead and make a just uh just an athletics check for me?
Of course.
This
Public
isn't.
or
Yeah, it's public. I'll let you know if it's secret. It's okay. This is a. Oh wait, is that a critical failure?
I think so.
Oh, I see. I see.
He's
I see.
still sticking out of the mud.
Uh,
Fucking
the
run.
the lid. Once it takes you a little bit under about like 12 minutes to kind of like scrape away, and you kind of just roll Ryan like face first into the pile. Not necessarily any out of form of like disrespect, but more just like you're a bit woozy. The transformation from like large to small has kind of like um made the your instincts for like movement a little bit like groggy as you're like readjusting back to your original form, and as you kind of like push him over, smudge the like mud over, you can see a portion of his like boot is still kind of sticking out the bottom of it. Um, his fingers kind of coming up out of the mud slightly, but um, it's not a perfect burial. It's a bit crude, um, but it's better than nothing. It kind of goes through your mind.
My anathema is disrespecting corpses, so I hope this does not trigger it.
No, it wasn't that you did it out of intention to like to like ruin it. It's just
You just
the mud. As you had been like digging down, there was like a large stone beneath like that you had struck, so you couldn't really go any deeper. It's just you weren't really lucky. You push some of the like you readjust some of the shrubbery nearby to kind of cover up the parts that are like protruding. But the lid to the barrel is ruined. So
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's what I'm doing then.
you just kind of like
Do you bring that lid back, or
Yeah, I'll bring it back to connect. So I connect. Sorry, I can't about this.
it's splintered in
try to
some
repair
parts
it.
where it had struck the like wood
we
or
maybe
like the
put-
stone, and it's just caked in mud.
Can we put that shield of yours on top of the barrel? That's sort of
yeah,
like a round
we can do that
wooden
for
object,
now.
right? Alright, thanks, Kinnick.
Is
I
it
guess-
destroyed?
Yeah, he
Oh, okay.
to function like because the lid on the barrel was to kind of just keep moisture out of the inside as much as it can, and that's the shape of it has been like warped from being used as a makeshift like scraper.
Okay.
So like you could still put it on if you like cleaned it, but it wouldn't really function originally. It would be more just like
Would I be able to repair it at all, or
uh
like using any kind of the wood from the Ryan's broken shield?
um do you have anything to like
I have
splice the
a
wood
s-
together? I guess I don't know.
I have a superb repair kit, and it says it has woodworking tools in it.
Mm. Okay. Sure. I'll let you make an attempt at that.
Okay.
The first craft check of the campaign.
So this will be with a
Repair
plus
barrel lid?
1 to it. So a
Yeah,
19.
That's pretty poggers.
Oh, did you roll? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's 18, but then I get a plus 1 to the check with the superb.
Okay. Taking some of the wood from Ryan's shield, you kind of like making use of some like of aged sap or otherwise as a makeshift like solvent to kind of like seal the pieces of wood together where the mud has kind of like where it had struck the stone or otherwise and damaged it to break the seal. You kind of like seal and kind of piece by piece, put it together as so it's serviceable again. After like wiping it off and cleaning it. There's still some like browning from the mud that's kind of seeped into the veins of the wood, but it's functional now.
Okay, just a little stained.
Yeah, you just kind of like snap it back onto the barrel, but I would say Ryan's shield at this point, for being used as makeshift ingredients, is it's basically fucked. You basically whatever was good out of it, you basically use that. However, Tora and Korvok, you're about to be done with your thing. Basically, a little bit before what just happened there, but Theoden and Korn, was there anything you guys are doing?
Corn went in the cart. And he's just recalling or making notes of the previous combat, and that's about it.
Okay.
Just taking my time. I'm just sitting in the cart.
All right, we're back to you, Tora and Korvok. Korvok, you finally getting the like red aura to kind of diminish and come down.
It's Karbok, not Korok.
My bad, Korvok.
Korok seeds?
Calvin.
I will not explode and stun.
Kelvin.
Calvin and the Chipmunks.
What's up,
Thanos.
Arbok?
Here it starts again.
Okay.
So, that body you were talking about? Oh, we should probably check that out.
Yes. I'll hop down.
Quite easily and in
That's
depth.
fine.
You guys are just going over. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
You
check the
both
body.
you both kind of walk over. Karvok kind of taking the lead and just hacking away at the bushes to kind of split them, so you can just kind of like step through them. And soon enough, as you step past the shrubbery, you find yourself coming upon the crumpled corpse of a half buried. The rain has kind of like sunken. It obviously had hit the ground with some force and semi like sunk itself into the mud or otherwise. Its clothes are very like raggedy and like piecemeal. Whatever it has like pieces of like plates and like broken like metal like cookware that's been like half baked onto its body as some you can half tell it to be some form of like armor. You can see there's a makeshift little like rusty cleaver that's half strewn a few feet away from it. The humanoid creature itself is about the same size as a like a human child or a halfling or otherwise. It's a very small, but it is neither of those things. Quite obviously, it has very long, outstretched ears that are very like wide brimmed and kind of like sink directly into the sides of it. It's oval and like wide head. It has a crooked and broken, pointy, wide mouth or otherwise that stretches to both sides of its like its skull. Along with, though muddied and half closed in the face of death, is a like a brackish like red orbed eyes that just kind of like are now just sunken into the mud. You can see that the arrow or otherwise that is lodged into his back is seemed to have struck one of its lungs, and it just seemed to have sputtered out and died here.
What is this creature?
Either of you can make a blind GM like nature check for me
Okay, bokey.
for recall knowledge.
No,
Oh,
Tori's
Karvok,
like,
sorry, Karvok, you don't need a roll for this one. Yeah.
Near as I can tell, it's corpse.
Nah, Karvok, Tor, you haven't come face to face with these little creatures. They seem familiar. You've seen them in like children's books or otherwise, like stories of to kind of deter children from like behaving poorly or otherwise. Otherwise, they'll turn into a little goblin. However, Karvok, you know these creatures to be quite personally. This isn't the first time you've been around them. And this one is especially small and devious looking. You know it to be a goblin, the cannibalistic sect of small humanoid creatures that basically eat or take anything that they can get their hands on. They're largely they're not necessarily smart creatures or anything. They're largely very like dull-witted and quite direct, but their most dangerous quality is their numbers, and they're more cunning than people give them, uh, especially when it comes to like trap making. But
Well, it's a right blighter in my opinion. Killed him by the hundreds. I don't know about your history with the things, but lost an eye to him, as you can see.
Oh, I've only seen them in children's stories.
There's nothing childish about these bastards.
It looks like he died by an arrow. I
Too
wonder.
good for him. Waste of an arrow.
Yeah. I wonder. Can I like do a medicine check and see how long it's been here?
yeah,
Or
y-
I guess.
yeah,
I mean, would medicine work, or do you want something?
yeah,
else?
medicine would work too.
Okay.
Can I, while he's like checking the body, can I look around to see if there's like any other corpses? Because knowledge of goblins, they don't
Okay.
run.
Yeah,
through
go ahead
them.
and make a another perception check for me, blind GM. Tora, however, as you kind of like lean down to the body, you jostle the arrow out of him. And kind of like looking at it, you notice that the shaft is certainly not goblin make, or otherwise you suspect that one of the guardsmen had like shot this goblin when it was like retreating or otherwise. The death of the goblin was slow. It must have fallen and basically with a punctured lung had tried to like crawl away. You look over to the shrubbery and you notice that it had like basically pulled itself through its like lower roots and branches in an attempt to hide and move off, but its group or otherwise had left it behind here to just sputter and die. You imagine it died or succumbed to its wounds, probably during your fight with the husks.
Poor creature. Must have died as it was crawling towards us. Most likely during our commotion right there.
Oh,
Probably shot by a guard.
I'm sorry. It was crawling away from the road, like north.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because south
Oh.
is, yeah. My bad.
I don't know about poor personally, but I guess. Sorry, I have a big hang up with goblins. Sorry, I don't mean to.
It's
be all-
okay. I just don't think anybody wants to die by themselves or without the
Yeah,
company of
I
others. Well, I think I'm gonna return to the group now, Karvok.
How'd my perception check go? Did I see like
You
any
you
other,
kind of just did like a
perimeter?
bit of a wide perimeter. And you didn't really see anything. You're just kind of scanning the environment. The rain makes it difficult, and especially the land or otherwise this forestry is dotted in dozens upon dozens of divots in the dirt that just create these pools of water. So if another one of these, for all you know, could have fallen in one of these, and you have no way of knowing how deep it goes, so you don't really waste the time like poking in every puddle for just another dead corpse.
Well, near as I can tell, there's only one around here, so either his band escaped or they met fate somewhere else.
Well, I wanted to talk to the others about what we should do next.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, maybe we could take that arrow off him, like that. Pluck the arrow from the corpse.
Okay. Well, Tora has it, but
No, I would have just placed it like right back.
Okay,
on. Not
yeah,
Like, but like,
Just fucking, yo, that's Karvok. Nah, but I just take
Okay.
the arrow.
The carver.
Garbok,
I
you
carved goblins. That was the
you
shit.
take the arrow out. It doesn't really, or pick it up off the corpse. The
Any
the tip
recognizable
is
traits? Or you were gonna talk about.
no. Do you have any skill ranks in, or any proficiency in like crafting?
I got skill in warfare for lore, and then I have
Ah.
untrained in crafting, but I have a +1.
Warfare is largely like for like battle tactics or like requisitioning of like managing like armies or otherwise like the lore of like battle. But I'll let you make a roll for it for recall knowledge for this just to see if like you recognize any like like traits within the arrow, but less of like the craft of it.
Okay, that did exactly how I wanted.
That.
An arrow's an arrow. It has a bit of like it's a single like double tipped like arrow that just kind of comes into like the head of it kind of looks similar to like a spade as it comes up into the point. It kind of widens out. You recognize at least the shape is you assume just to make the point of entry slightly wider so when the arrow enters it'll bleed more, but it's an arrow. Nothing exceedingly like special about it.
Well, then Corin was a bit of a boozer. Extra ammo. And then I just kind of stash it,
Okay.
and I make my way back with Thor.
Those of you in the carriage kind of idly working away and as you kind of finish up the lid and kind of batter it back onto the barrel, you can hear the slight and kind of squishy footsteps of the pair approaching as they arrive at the back of the wagon, the open tarp of it kind of peeling to the side as Karvok kind of like pulls the veil aside just to reveal the remainder of your party just kind of haphazardly sitting within the interior of it, shielded from the rain.
Hey, Corin!
Hey, what's up?
I pull out the arrow. Hey, we found a goblin blighter out there in the woods when we were, resting up, and found an arrow in it. Thought you could use it.
All right then, thank you.
We didn't find any other. It was just a single corpse. Torin
Yes,
knows a bit more.
It must have been shot by the guardsman, and it must have died during our fight there. It was very fresh.
What kind of corpse did you say it was?
It was just a little goblin. Little bastard goblin. A little smaller than average, but
Suppose there might
Goblins
be
are
more of them in this area.
that's what I'm worried of. But, by the way, we've got a long history with goblins, so, we're right up my alley.
So, about what to do next. First, I want to apologize for my outburst earlier. I try to not let emotions control me, but sometimes it's hard. But anyway, I heard from the mercenary that they were taking slaves, and he said that they had some Eldrin with them. I know it's not our job to free slaves or to maybe find them, or maybe we shouldn't at the moment, but I want to.
Don't forget about the ration that he mentioned either.
Of course.
Slave's a slave, and slave needs saving. So I'm on board. I just hope we can get a bit of a breather at that town. Because I thought that was on our way, but I can't remember the map very well. Map layout of the area.
Well, I think they were taken away from the town by whatever creature attacked this group. At least that's what I remember him saying.
So, Tora, I suppose that given the recent change of circumstances, you're not as enthusiastic about returning directly to your homeland then, right?
Well, if anything, it makes me want to return even more. To see what has happened. And to see what I can do. But I know now that I'm not the only ones whose lives might be going through a drastic change. And as the world changes, I think I have to change with it, so if there's anything we need to do, or anything you need to do, I'll follow you as well.
Well, if you'd like to see this matter of the slaves through first, then I'm on board with you.
I want to speak with the Eldrin there, and learn what's happened. I think that might do me some good.
If you want, Torah, I can at least give you some recollection of what I know and my experiences with the Eldrin and the kingdoms of Theron.
That would be most welcomed, Corin. I just need to know more.
Well, from what I know, the war ended, I believe it was roughly 123 years ago, or maybe it's 121 at this point. I don't know my year in relation to the current year, but it ended with the Battle of the Cracked Oak. It was a bloody battle, but it seemed that the Empire of Gothric won in that regard, and the kingdoms of Theron, or what is left of it, have been somewhat assimilated into the Empire. They are treated as demi-humans, more like second-class citizens within their hovels. They're forced to pay a customary tax towards the Empire for whatever crime they committed, at least in the eyes of the Empire, and that's about all I know. Things might have changed within the last 80 years. I know that they're not happy about it. There are definitely rebellious groups within the old kingdom of Theron, but I don't think anything's become of it.
Customary tax. Doesn't sound right.
It isn't. If they didn't have the tax to pay, they took the people.
So, Corin, well, first of all, I'm just going to sort of push everything you just said to the side right now and process that later. But I mean, do you know exactly where in the world we are right now? I mean, that man, he mentioned some landmarks, but do you know where we could be in relation to any places?
Well, I imagine we're not too far off of Set. If his daughter was there, I don't imagine he would travel across the continent away from his daughter, but I do not know. The landscape seems to suggest it's within the region. He also said that Gallows Water was about 3.5 hours away. I imagine we can know more of our current location if we gain some reference there.
Oh, Connor, since we're kind of asking you everything about catching up to current events, sorry about that, I didn't about him, but you know anything about the orc settlements up in Gothric? I haven't really been up to date on everything, but you know, died a couple decades ago. You know, things change, new leaders in charge.
Sadly, I do not know much about them. More of my experience was with the Eldrin.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I didn't really expect much. I didn't really know shit about anything outside the orc settlement, so I can see how no one would really know shit about what's in it. So it's fine. Thanks for trying, though. Or, you know, thanks in general. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, you guys want to go tackle the slave from now, or do you want to head to the town he mentioned nearby? It was Gallows something or another, something like that.
Gallows Water.
Yeah, that one.
I'm afraid to. I'm afraid what would become if we waited too long. I sensed a lot of danger earlier, and from what he was talking about, the creature was large, and if these soldiers could turn into creatures like that, I wish to go now, but if you all think we should wait, then I will wait with you.
Well, I don't want to make a decision for the party, but another fight I'm on board for.
I'd
I'm
like
okay either
to.
way, but Gowan, unfortunately, I won't be able to make you that big again unless we take a breather overnight.
Yeah, that's all right. It was a bit cumbersome, if I'm being honest. They'll feel the need to do it every fight.
Okay.
I'd like to begin pursuing a lead. I'm gonna drop
You've
my
already
lead
done
on
it.
the. I've already done it. Well, I'll change
It's
it to
still.
be more accurate.
Oh, is that
So
how
to
it
the
works? I thought it just.
no, but I'll do it anyway. Cause now that
Oh,
I know, because the previous lead I have was the creature that made noise, but now
I
I
see.
can do it against the humanoid creature with one big arm covered in warts, black
I
eyes with a
see.
green tint.
You're adjusting it. Okay, that makes
I
sense.
will. I mean, I can just keep doing it. So I'll just.
No,
make
no,
it
I
more
know. I was just, I was clarifying for myself whether or not, if you had to do that. But
Technically, I still have a lead on Han as well. So if we ever want to kill him again,
Yo.
Oh,
wanna strike
yo. Alright, we go back.
Yes.
Turn it
Right,
around.
watch out.
boy.
Let's go.
Corn,
Flag
Felt
up
a
above
little
the
better
fist.
now. Let's go.
Use your Hearthstone.
Corn's gonna get a lead on all of us just in case.
We're gonna have the gun to the back of our heads every single fucking time.
that's actually the capstone, the level 20 feature. It's like if you talk to a person for a minute, you automatically pursue a lead against them, no matter who it is.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Level
Start
20. Corin's gonna
talking
have
to
just
town.
like mentally have a gun to everyone.
He's got the receipts on everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep track of literally everyone I ever talk to. Be like, okay, got a lead on that guy, that guy, that guy.
Fucking going down the list. Which guys? Oh yeah, this guy. Yep, got a lead. Don't worry.
hi,
I
would you
chatted.
like to knocks on the door? Somebody answers. It's like, hello, my name's Corn. Would you like to talk to me for a minute?
I just get the entire town.
Yeah.
Corn's like the best salesperson. He's just got the Rolodex. Like, all right. Oh yeah, this person has 2 kids. Okay, now
He's
we're
like
gonna use
cycling
that to
through that little
blackmail.
thing on. He's like, oh yeah, you got a favor on this guy. Talk to him for 2 minutes. I got his info down. Make a shot at him from 30 feet away. Blinded.
Is anyone skilled with tracking? I've done it before, but I may not be the best out of all of us.
Well,
I'm probably in the same boat as you.
no, sorry,
I'm
I'm
trained
only-
in it, but I haven't really done any tracking.
We're all trained in
in
it.
the wilderness like this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
If we were to use a scale of 0 to infinity, I'm about an 8.
I'm about a 9.
I'm an 8 as well.
I'm not
Ah,
trained.
well,
I was rated a 1.
Oh. Well, personally, I'm more of a meat than anything. I got a 6, but that doesn't sound as bad as a boy over here.
I'm very
What about you,
used to
Theoden?
underground caves.
Oh, sorry, I actually not that good at that.
No.
You alright, Prince? You've been real quiet recently.
I, for no reason, things are just fine.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yes.
Well, then I suppose one of either Corin, Kinnick, or I could start tracking this creature down.
I wouldn't mind helping someone if someone wanted to do it.
Cool, we followed an expert.
I mean, I can try, but no guarantees out in anywhere that's not a cave.
Oh, actually, hold up. I might have an idea here.
Yeah, are you pulling up the CRB there, Karvok?
No. I'm pulling up my spell list actually, just
Oh.
to check something out real quick. Well, if you want, I walk up to Kinnick. I just clunk right on top of his head. You got
Like
guidance.
a head pat or like stabbing a sword through his head?
No, I'm not stabbing a sword. I'm just kind of like, pop, like bonking on the head with my fist lightly. You got guidance. Gives you a +1 status bonus to attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check the target attempts before the duration ends. The duration
What
is
the
of
fuck
course.
did you just say?
I'm saying technical difficulties until the start of your next turn. So use it now.
Start searching.
Uh,
Frantically.
I'll help him.
Yeah.
I'll help him.
You got
I'll
6
help
seconds
him.
to
What-
start searching before the gods
What's going on?
tell you to fuck up. I gave him guidance, but
Yeah.
it only lasts until his next turn.
Oh, I see.
And so now I am starting to track
Wait,
down this
isn't
creature.
guidance a combat or an encounter skill?
You can use it for skill checks as well. Grants a +1 status bonus to attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check the target
couldn't
attempts
see
for the
that.
duration ends.
Where'd it
The
go?
duration is until the start
Okay,
of
no,
your
it's
next
not.
turn.
Okay, that I was just worried about it. Yeah. Okay.
And I will aid him
Okay, so
because
that'll
those are
be a
two different
21.
bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah, one's a status.
Wait, I thought Corin was.
I gotta make my check.
No, Noah decided to do it instead of me.
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
Because aid's
Even
a
though I
circumstance.
said I
So
wanted
how
to
are
do
you-
it, he
You
just
didn't
took
do
it
it.
How are you helping, Tora? You just like
I thought Corin was gonna do
Well-
it when he was pursuing a lead and just like helping me out.
Oh,
Yeah, I do have a +1 if I'm
Oh,
pursuing
shit,
a
you
lead
do it then.
specifically against that. For perception and whatever else is applicable. I don't know if survival's applicable.
yeah, well, it's
Let's track
this
it
would
down.
be a survival.
Yeah, is survival.
This is a
applicable to
survival
per-
trained action. What?
Is survival applicable to? Because if I'm trying to track specifically the creature in my pursue a lead
Yeah.
thing, is survival applicable to the survival check? It's up to DM interpretation. So
I'm not quite sure what wait, you're asking is survival usable for survival
Okay.
check?
so pursue a lead.
I might
is
just be missing that.
whenever you attempt a perception or skill check to investigate a designated subject, you gain a
Yeah.
+1 circumstance. The exact check this applies to depends on the actions you use to investigate and are determined by the GM.
Oh, I
So
mean,
typically
I'd
perception
assume,
or
yeah.
skill checks that use intelligence, wisdom.
Oh,
or
wait,
charisma.
wait, so it's just perception? Is that what you said, or?
It says perception
skill
checks
checks.
or skill checks that use
Oh,
intelligence.
okay, yeah,
wisdom,
then
or
yeah,
charisma.
it would do it there.
how
Because
are you do it then, bro? I'm sorry.
All right.
I'll
I
push
will do
Corin.
the aid.
Go, Corin.
how are you helping him?
I'm looking for tracks
Okay.
alongside him.
To
Okay.
fit the creatures.
All right, both of you
size
can go ahead and make
and
a
also the slave's
a track check.
Is that just survival?
Ooh, wait, you follow track. Wait, oh, I actually shit.
So I
you
got
actually need to.
21.
I think you actually need to find the tracks first.
Oh.
Because track says you follow tracks. Oh, so shit. This would be a perception check first. My bad.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, well I get
can I
that
just use
+1 to
the
the
roll?
perception then. Yeah, can we just use our rolls?
Yeah, whatever your rolls were.
So,
So.
an 11, so I'm at a 23 total then.
I'm at a 23 total. Then.
Okay.
Big perception.
Well, with the +2 from Corin, the tracks are not that exceedingly hard to find. With how like muddy it is, the hardest thing was being on the road because there's such a mixture of like humanoid boot prints, the wheel tracks from both this caravan, yours, and all the other ones that have passed through here recently. Along with all, however, you are able to differentiate at least the break-off point, and most notably the heavy like weighted like almost like small like tree size like boot prints that are just like planted into the ground from a very like heavy creature that just kind of like had stomped around here. Following his, you find that they had turned around and headed northward into the crooked woods or otherwise that head off-road greatly and is just completely consumed in shrubbery and like heavy puddling as it seems to get more like aquatically consumed or swampish as it proceeds farther down, but you can see that you have both the heavy booted footprints along with the a little over a dozen or so smaller humanoid like footprints that like follow along with it. You assume these to be like the goblin's prints that had been with the creature, but yeah, you see the tracks. So.
Let's see. Let's follow the. Corin, I think they might be this way
shit.
northward.
Oh, I believe they
Oh
are.
shit! God says it's oh shit time.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no.
Wait, what?
You said
Oh,
oh
God
shit,
just
and we
said it
thought
was
we
oh
were about
shit.
to die.
Fucking rocks fall.
Oh no, you're good. Wait, are you guys going after it right now, and the rest of the guys are like
No,
staying
we're
behind?
just like noticing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys have found
Hey, we
them.
found him. Get over here. Hello, everyone.
I will
I
say
see.
the coach or the carriage is going to struggle pretty heavily to go through the woods. At least in this environment.
Swampy and shit.
Yeah. So like you would probably need to like leave it behind.
All right, Gowan, Kovak, cut all the trees down.
Start swinging, boy.
Stardew Valley, fucking.
Bro, can we get some berries to make sure our energy bar doesn't get too low?
Yeah, just make sure. I believe we have rations or like hay. You can eat hay.
I think that only gives like 5 energy. It's very not.
5
sustainable.
energies, 1 swing.
Shit, you're right. We have 8 days of rations, don't we?
I think I have 14.
I have a bunch.
That's
Dude.
enough.
Or
But
14. I have 14
I have 3
weeks,
weeks
I
worth
think.
of rations. Yeah. yeah. Oh yeah, I got like.
Oh yeah, I've got 14 weeks too. I don't know how.
Gowan, how do you think? Think we can cut through this forest with like 4 months of rations?
Uh,
With 5 energy apiece?
Yeah. let's
Theo-
come up with
Theoden, you
that.
kind of sitting in the background right now. Theoden. You kind of like sitting in the background right now, kind of listening to them outside the cart. The poor sap as you feel a sharp pain kind of hit onto the edge of your like neck as you reach over, and as you kind of like squash whatever just like bit you, you just find that like there's just a pool of like not a pool but like a smear of like red blood on the palm of your hand after you like swatted your like neck. However, there is still like a pinching sensation on the side of your neck.
Uh, mm. Does it hurt super bad, or is it just like a mosquito bite, or?
You don't have drain 5.
No, no.
You can't really see what bit you. It's still like it's like something's like pinching your neck, like right there. But you definitely like squash something. So you don't see like a mosquito carcass in your hand or anything.
Okay. Is there? So it's like really, it's close to my neck, so I cannot see it anyways. Is there anyone close to me?
Anyone still in the cart?
I thought we were all in it.
I believe
Well,
it's just
No, I know,
all
I
of
know,
the,
I know.
fine.
Corin and
I guess I would have been there because I didn't help out.
I was also in because I wasn't
Okay.
helping with the tracks. I just bonked Kinnick on the head.
okay. As you can see, I'll say Tora. As you can see that Theo is currently like he swatted something. You can see a small like red bit of like blood around his neck. But you notice that he just like crushed a tick that had like bitten into his neck. But since he did so, the head's just like lodged in his skin.
Oh. Theo, I'm gonna take a look at your neck real quick.
Okay. Is it bad?
No, it's all right. You'll be okay. I try to give a reassuring smile as I.
I like the insight check.
You
Take
it
it
does
out
it,
nicely
yeah.
if I can.
You don't need to make a check for that because
Okay.
it's not hard. You just take out of your medical supplies. You just
Oh, tweezer.
because ticks are a bit complicated. You don't crush them if they bite you. You gotta pull them out. Otherwise, because their head just like breaks off.
Next time there's a tick that grasps onto your neck, try pulling it out.
Thank you so much.
You learn a lot about the world as you kind of go around into it, and in the forest back home, there was quite a few ticks. Not really helpful for the Eldrin. They didn't really like it that much. Wasn't too bad for me.
You sound like a very experienced guy.
I'm still but a boy, but don't.
You make an attack roll.
Still with your tweezers out.
With my fist? Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's an unarmed attack.
Bam. That's super big. I'll fucking crit
You
that guy.
you see a mosquito flying in towards Theo again. It seems he is a rich blood attracting all these parasitic creatures, but you just clap the shit out of it before it even reaches him. It's like
But I've learned plenty of things, and I hope to learn plenty of more with all of you. I think the world is the best teacher.
You know, Tora,
Yes.
your wisdom really defies your age. Something to be proud of.
I smile. Thank
I
you,
mean,
Gowan.
Technically, isn't he older than like most of us? Because he was dead first.
I
I
try not to think of it like that at the moment.
I
I'm
think
still
thinking
kind of
about that more
grappling with
is gonna
that.
make my head hurt.
I guess my memory is a little foggy. But how old are you actually, Tor?
Um, it was a little bit after my 17th summer when I passed.
Okay.
That's like the ye old shit. You don't say like I'm 17 years old. It was my 17th
I've
winter.
seen 17 in the winters.
How,
You've survived through the harsh winters of my homeland.
And then drop dead.
But I've had a lot of great people in my life. Kind of like look at the ground, kind of sad.
Nah, don't think about it too hard, Tora. You're here now with us. We're a merry band, I think. No need to be down.
Yeah. You are.
I give a stiff clap on his back.
16 bludgeoning damage, Tor.
There we
No!
go.
Um,
No
our
need to
track,
go, it's okay, bro.
our tracking boys. Did you guys return to the carriage or?
Fucking just blow
Yeah,
out.
hey, we found the tracks, by the way.
Good.
Um,
What should we do about the cart?
we won't be
Because
able
we're like
to-
on the road still, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Also, I don't know if you want to be wrong in this one, but Gallows Water is 3.5 miles away, not out. So
Oh,
That's a
three
lot
and a half
shorter.
miles. That's quite short. I'm sorry, I must have
Mhm.
misheard. Thank you.
no,
Carl.
you're good. I was
Did
just
the
like,
crow whisper in my ear? He's like, "Thank you."
hey, actually.
dude, you got that wrong.
You got that wrong. Fuck, that's not. I'm not supposed to do that.
That's right. No, we'll just say you got it
Corin,
right. and
Corin,
Yeah.
Corin, you like hand him your like notes, and he's like your teacher. He like crosses stuff out, circles it. 4 out of
Minus
15.
points.
Should I
Wave
do
into
that
a
every
flippy
session?
No.
Should I send
at
you
the
the
bottom of your
notes?
screen.
That's what I
no.
was doing.
Maybe I
Are
don't.
you
know.
on
You
top?
have to do that.
Horrid time. Here's my notes, Mr. GM. Please make sure they are all correct in every way.
Like, hey kid, here's your 3 out of 20. Do better
Yeah,
next
but
time.
but 3.5 miles. That's quite a short trek if we want to go there. But if we want to go straight after this, I'm all down. I really didn't take anything in that combat.
Do you have any idea if the tracks sort of lead in the right direction or the same direction as this town?
They were leading north. I don't
I
remember
think he
exactly
said
which way.
northwest or southwest. There was some west. What about you, Crow? You know?
Ayo, Crow.
I was still airborne. However, from my link, I heard northeast.
Northeast.
Wow, you're really wrong.
Listen, all right. A north was there. It's been a week.
North is the main thing. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter whether it was northwest, because that's still like, it's a cone. As long as you hit them in the cone, you're
I
good.
mean, I imagine we could just follow the damn road. The road isn't gonna lead nowhere.
The road leads east, like,
Okay, well we
Shit.
can't follow the road. But wait, how do we get there then? We just go through the forest.
I'm
yeah.
guessing
That's
we'll go
that's
east
why
and
I
we'll,
was
like, cut
yeah.
around.
That's why I was bringing up the cart, is because like you would have to off-road the cart to bring it with you or leave it, which is because this environment is very hard on non like specially built like carriages or otherwise, and even in that case, it's hard on them. So, like you
Fucking
could possibly.
forest. When are we getting in a grassy plain where we can bring our cart?
When we get the Minecraft super flat world.
Yeah. Never fucking bring our cart anywhere. We spent so much on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait.
We're gonna lose it.
We
We
can
can
stop
unhitch
by
our
the
horses
town.
and just ride them.
We only have 3 horses, I think, and
Yeah,
a couple
we
of us
do.
are pretty goddamn
I can
big.
fit on someone else.
We'll just follow this track on foot then and put an end to this. I mean,
We can put the horses in the cart somewhere else for now. Hope nobody sees it.
Stash them. I don't know. Stashing them seems kind of wild.
I can despawn it quick here.
Yo! Bloop, we just all fall.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
kidding.
like the G mod controls Z or whatever.
Gone.
Corin, that raven of yours, do you have like some sort of link with it, or
Yeah, we can speak telepathically. You can also speak, as you've seen.
do you know what the limit as far as range is on that?
You know, I would love to tell you, and I will find that limit in a half second.
So I was just thinking if maybe you could leave him behind, and if he sees anything suspect coming towards the cart, then he could tell you.
Within 1 mile, we can communicate empathetically. Or, actually, because he can speak, I can speak to him word for word.
Yo. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, he could sort of he could tell you if the cart's getting stolen or something. If we're too far out, we can't really stop it, but at least he could follow it, maybe.
Sounds like a decent plan.
Well,
Do you want to watch the cart?
Working as a sentry is my original purpose. I will keep my eyes here, if that is what Corn desires.
Yeah.
Oh, since we're back on the subject
He
of
flies
eyes,
off.
Mr. Crowbird.
Wait, what? He didn't really
Sure,
stop
I'll
to
come
listen.
Since we're on the subject of eyes, Mr. Crowbird, I'd like to reiterate my request.
He looks at you, Corn, whether or not, like...
I believe he is referencing the fact that he is missing an eye currently.
I like hold it up and just like kind of like present it like, yeah, see, can't really see much out of it. You got 12, I got 1. Balance the scales a bit. I feel like it would be a good idea and all.
I may be missing the point.
You got a daft bird, Corn, I'll admit.
You're a
Daft.
7-foot tall orc. He's like a tiny raven. You can't swap out
Yeah,
your eyes
Korvac,
with
I
his.
think if you actually did that, his little eyeball would sort of just bounce around in your eye socket. It wouldn't really work.
I mean, Gavin, that'd be kind of funny as hell, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I thought you were trying to
funny.
I have no interest of trading my eyes for yours.
Well, rude. Come on, guys, let's go kill us a slaver.
I apologize for him.
He doesn't really say anything, and he just kind of like... To be honest, he doesn't really seem like he's like bothered by anything. It's more he just like... The joke didn't hit, you know? It's just like, he just saw the like...
R/whoosh.
Get a fucking
funny,
picture
dude.
of him.
He looked at it like completely objectively, you know? Like, this guy asking for my fucking eyes? No.
Bro, he became that big ass bird. He can just like he can go to a middle ground and then I'll get an eye.
But no, he flies off.
So we have the cart on the road right now, right?
Yeah. It's kind of pulled into the middle of this, like, wreckage.
Hmm.
You hear a few guard, like, patrols kind of come up, just like, murderers! What have you done here? No, I'm just kidding.
No! You think we should move the cart somewhere else? Perhaps off the road.
I might have peeked there, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Good
we
idea.
probably can hide it in the foliage.
I think that's a good idea.
What do we do
Just
with
And I
the
can
horse?
tie up the
Strap it
horses
into a
as
tree?
well.
What you both talked
There's
at
like
once.
7 people just talk at the same time.
Kinnick, you can go.
I was just saying I can tie up the horses to the trees.
I think that might be a good idea.
That completely answered my question, so I'm not gonna repeat it.
Either
I'm
you
like-
have some like cart or horse like disappearing magic.
Let me look through my spells. No.
Disappearing
I
horse.
I can make a sphere of darkness. No,
I can make things become invisible, if that helps.
it lasts me.
It might help. I mean, if it could last an extended period of time, I'm guessing.
I believe it goes for
The invisibility spell
Yeah,
lasts for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Can we kill this thing?
But
in
do
10
we
minutes?
know that?
And it targets one creature, so you would
Oh.
make one horse invisible, and the other one would be like,
Hey, it's
Three
it's
horses.
one horse, and it's 10 minutes. You know, he's safe.
I think we should just let the terrain do it for us.
Yeah, just cover him with some like branches or something.
I seems kind of rid of the horse.
Here, Kinnick, you can do that. I think you're better with the horses than I am.
I'm going to, once we get to a spot, attempt to just tie up both of the horses in the front to a tree, and the lone horse from the back that's not doing anything to that
So
to the
you're-
tree as well.
okay, so,
Well, I'll look for. Maybe we should look for a spot. I'll look for a spot.
okay. Can you, I'd say this is a,
Because
like
I
a
got 50
survival
feet
check
of rope, so
to,
I just want to like tie them all up together and then to the tree.
yeah. So this, first, I need Tora to make a survival check to find an apt, like, hiding spot.
A blind GM one or a public?
Yeah, this is public.
Well, let's go. Oh.
You kind of like ride the carriage off a couple dozen feet away from the incident, and kind of turn off into this like the off the road a bit, slightly behind some of the foliage, but you kind of pull the cart around where you think it's obscured enough. It's not too far off the road, only about like 50 feet off, but it's kind of behind like all the trees in between here and there. You think it's good enough? And it's not too like wet. The cart's a little like lopsided because it's sitting in like a divot. But you think it'll be okay.
All right.
What kind of check to tie all of them up?
That doesn't take a check. It just takes time.
Just
Yeah, you just kind of you link them
I kinda
around
go
the
like-
nearest tree. Oh, what's up?
I go underneath them and just like put the rope up, like upwards towards their neck, and just try to tie it off so that they can still move their neck around, but then it's still a taut circle around each of their necks.
Okay.
So that way it's like a loose collar. They're not just getting choked.
Mm-hmm. You do think, Tora, it might be a good idea to take down the canvas top, because it is just like white, so it's kind of hard to hide
Yeah,
that.
canvas do be liked.
I think we should take down the canvas top. Can I get some help doing that?
Oh, I can help real quick. I can reach up there pretty easily.
Okay. You two working together, it takes about 10 minutes to kind of like take it down and link it together before you have it like folded and coiled and tucked underneath one of the benches within the cart. The rain now
Let's do this.
sputtering and darkening the interior of the wood now as well.
You ready to go then?
I'm ready.
Can Nick lead the way?
Okay.
Kinnick,
Well,
I
let's
have
go
a...
back to that spot and just follow the tracks from there.
Okay. As everybody hops out and is tailing behind Kinnick as he kind of maneuvers around the puddles and muddied surface of the forest floor. Kinnick, could I have you make the one survival check to follow these tracks?
Is it public?
This is public, yeah.
I would
Okay.
like to use my clue in ability as a reaction.
Whoa,
Once
what
per
is
10
that?
minutes, the
Oh,
trigger
do-
is another creature attempts to check to investigate a lead you're pursuing. So I
And
will use
give
the
him a
clue in and
plus
be like,
one?
oh, yeah, I'll give him a +1. I'll be like, oh, no,
So that'll be
the
a
tree over there
6.
scraped a little bit.
The
Oh.
16?
Yeah, I didn't roll that well. I only got
Okay.
+9.
Okay.
Went +10 with that.
Following the trail, as you're kind of like maneuvering through the forest and otherwise kind of stepping behind, and as the rain, though it made it easy to see any dishevels in the forest floor, and is normally very helpful in different climates or ecosystems, in a marsh or kind of like in a biome such as this, it's already very like disheveled dirt, moved and otherwise by heavy rain, puddling, and like crooked tree roots that kind of like kick up and maneuver the dirt and otherwise. And And soon enough, as roughly about 30 minutes into your trek, as you've been maneuvering around, now surrounded by dozens or so trees and stretching the idle like ambience of the forest and crickets and insects, half fighting off the occasional like mosquito that bites into your skin as you kind of like swat it away, eagerly attracted to the warmth and the moist environment. Um, you see Connect kind of come to a stop as he reaches a rather like a point before like it just proceeds onto the forest and a bunch of divots of puddles or otherwise, and you lost the track.
Max, is Kinnick
let's
level
see
4
here.
on thingy?
I think so.
Because your
Alright.
trained is a +5 and mine's a +6.
Oh, where do I check that?
Go to your character sheet, it should be in the top right.
Shit.
I was gonna
Phase
say,
four.
I was
All
gonna say
last
like,
combat,
just,
you
I was
were
gonna say,
level 3.
you're level 3. I was gonna say like, there's no way that you're trained, cause like you should have +2. You should have 2 more than me. I was gonna say. I was like, this is kind of weird.
Okay. Also, did everyone take off like Seth's buff that he applied for
yeah,
like
I
the
did
initiative?
for my. I did.
Okay.
I did.
At least
Yeah, now I'm
I
at a
did.
+12%.
Oh,
So
Here
so
you go.
for your idea, what a failure is you lose the trail. And it basically puts an hour delay on like your tracking. So as you guys are kind of like maneuvering around, Connect kind of like in a frantic search through the environment, kind of backtracking. You do kind of come upon the tracks again as you have backtracked all the way, but I need you to make another survival check.
Alright,
An hour
let's
is
try
fine.
and be on course this time. We start
It's-
here and we
it's-
continue, as I use clue in again.
Okay.
It's a little different from.
Remember, you
accounts
have
back home.
you have your hero points if you need to use those.
What type of bonus is
see.
clue in?
It's a
It is
Did that roll?
a circumstance.
That didn't roll. Okay, let me try it again.
you looking up the help action, Noah?
Yeah, seeing what
Because I think
bonus it
it's
is.
How
circumstances.
long
well.
has it been since I cast guidance on Kinnick?
While.
Been over an hour. I'm
About
gonna
about
go
an
with
hour and a
that.
half.
I bonk him on the head, he gets guidance again.
I'm a hero point
What?
with the 18.
What?
I'm
Isn't it
is
circumstantial?
guidance
think-
could be luck, but I'd have to look.
Guidance is a status.
Status bonus, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you're
Yeah,
immune
he's
for
good.
an hour though.
Yeah,
just
but it's
long
been
as
an hour.
It's been like an hour.
He had to failing the check. He had to like backtrack for an hour to like find the tracks again.
So this plus.
Oh my
two,
God.
Whoa!
So a
Facundo.
32.
His eyes like glow red as he
He activates detective mode from
He-
Mark-
activates like bloodhounds like passive or whatever. The guy from
Yeah, they are.
yeah.
How long ago were they? Couple seconds.
Ah.
We're talking here.
Well, at this point, these tracks are about 2 hours old. And as you're kind of like following, I will also say that you notice that there are 14 smaller like pairs of like boot prints along with the much larger one, which is by itself. Following these tracks and at such a higher pace with him being so keenly on route of it, you quickly maneuver through the environment, and it takes about another like 15 to 20 minutes before you find Kinnick kind of coming to a stop, as after maneuvering through this crooked and broken and rainy environment, the otherwise like infested, and seeing the occasional like movement of creatures around you, you do notice the landscape as Kinnick kind of proceeds is getting more and more like marshish and like submerged, like solid flooring and like land becoming more and more of like a rarity. As you start to see like trees that are half crooked out of like the mud now becoming like fully submerged in like water and just kind of coming out of it. Before Connect, you come upon what seems to be a shoring of mud before it just the landscape just completely like shapes into like basically a bog, or a swamp where like trees are coming up and out of the green muddied water, and otherwise, in continuing on, shrubbery kind of stretching out, or vegetation kind of stretching out, and brambles out of the water, and the banks and muddied like shorings, otherwise like solid land being little more than like the occasional like platform. As you now stop and notice that you seem to have arrived at where the mud around where you're standing seems to be a mixture of like where all the boot prints and otherwise have culminated and like stopped. You see that there are traces of like the mud that has been like dampened by like a red hue or otherwise that you assume to be like blood, but not like heavily so. It's like like a
Just
few
a
drops.
little tinge.
Yeah, a little tinge. The biggest thing, however, is you do notice the traces of what seem to be like the heavy boots, like the very large the large creatures like footprints, just seem to go into the water, whereas like the smaller footprints seem to encircle and maneuver around here, and you can see around the shoring the almost like gash of like of something that was like dug into the mud and like shored here before being like pressed off. The telltale sign of like of small like boats or like presumably probably something around the size of like a rowboat had like shored off and like left roughly about 3 to 4 of them, you'd say.
Well, this is as far as the footprints go. I'm not a naval person, but I'm guessing they took off in a few boats.
Shit.
You imagine, I will say, that they are somewhere in this like bog. You don't imagine the majority of their journey was via
Went
like
to like any kind of outside sea or anything like
no.
that. It's more
This is
like
going inland.
closed in somewhere.
Yeah, this is going inland. Or at least like inland in the sense because like you are kind of close to the shore if you were anywhere near set. So you assume you're somewhere at least like miles and miles away from like some far offshore. But you imagine this like region is pretty large. Of this like submerged area. But
They
you
just took
doubt
a
that
shorter
they.
path.
You assume this is where they like came and landed from, and you imagine they're somewhere here. The majority of their journey to the road was here, because you can definitely see that this is not the first time that they've like shored off here. But
The mud's a little set from
yeah, other
times.
times. Yeah. Beyond that, however, can I have everybody make a secret like or not a secret a blind GM like perception check?
Well, of course, I would love to.
Oh, fluke.
Oh, whoops, that was initiative.
Isn't that the same?
Yeah, it's technically the same.
Oh, it gave me a little notice.
Oh, I just did initiative. I guess, yeah, I didn't even look at the
Okay.
perception.
Well, Corin, Gowan, and Karvok, you all notice that there are the waters here, like swamp waters, are nothing like are not unfamiliar to like the stray like branch or otherwise like floating even at the bank of where you're sitting at right now, that you can see buildup of like uh, is it algae, that like green shit that sits on top of like the like swamp water.
Yes.
You can see that kind of building up around like the surface, and only broken by the occasional like branch that's just kind of like drifting through, that has fallen from one of the nearby trees and just stuck itself into the waters. But among those branches, you notice that there are a multitude of which that don't look to be their texture or otherwise are very hinting at not being just a branch, as you see them like shift and kind of sink under the water before kind of like rising and slowly drifting around. The slight like serpent sway as they swim through the water, as these are very clearly like crocodile infested waters.
I draw my sword immediately.
They're not coming to you. They're not coming to you.
I'm
As you
sorry.
clever. Oh, I see. Okay. You see Gowan like yank out his like great sword.
Look alive,
Is there any
everyone.
danger?
I see something moving over there.
That's
Yeah,
good
not
enough for
like to be
me. I
caught
pull out my
off
sword
my
as well.
guard.
I believe they're crocodiles.
You can hear
Sure,
like
my
the crocodile bellow kind of come out from across the swamp before you can hear the clap of it kind of go under.
That's about the same.
Make reflex save, fucker.
How do they reflex save? The water would just fucking fry them.
No,
I
the
don't know.
water's muddy. It's grounded.
Yeah. Oh shit, then they're immune to it. Damn it.
It's the one like the crocodiles
Mud?
from Divinity 2, where they mud harden or whatever.
Yeah. Poor
Crocodilians.
Yo,
Um,
bro,
Alright.
But no, out of the boys who I mentioned, you see them like there's very obvious signs that there's not a lot of them immediately in your range of vision, but just seeing like 3 or 4 that you can identify. You're not sure what kind of crocodiles, but they're definitely there.
only crocodile I know is a dead one.
Well, those ones are alive, and what do we want to do about them?
My go-to strategy to things I don't understand is stab it, but I don't know if that would work in this situation.
I mean, go
Glad you
ahead,
didn't
dive
point
in,
that at the
swim,
carrot.
wrestle a croc.
Nick, do you know how these creatures behave? Will they stay out of our way if we stay out of theirs?
I'm
I would
not
say-
really sure if I know anything about them.
I would say this is a trained recall knowledge check for at least these guys.
For nature?
To get anything that you guys don't like already know about, like, they bite, the general shit.
They bite. I'll do a recall
Where's the
knowledge.
Maybe they
crocodilian?
Is that a
I
public
sure
or
have a
blind?
+0 in
Blind.
nature.
Recall knowledges
Okay.
are always blind, unless like
Are they blind or private?
blind GM.
Okay.
Okay. Kinnick, you have very little experience with crocodiles, though. You're pretty quick to your time on the surface. You've learned a thing or two about the general knowledge or ecosystems of many of the ones that populate Gothric, or at least the base understandings of it. And any of the but however, on the aspect of detailed or otherwise on point knowledge of the specifics of the breeds of them beyond the specific dangers of their powerful bites and razor sharp teeth to their extreme familiarity or ability to maneuver in environments such as this and ambush unaware prey. You know that well, and you're very aware of the danger that they pose to an individual unprepared. You wager that if you were to get bitten by one, it would be very difficult, or to anger one, to break out of its grasp. You basically, you got no false.
Do I know about
false.
the death roll?
Yeah, I'll let you know about. Yeah, you know about the death roll. But you basically know the common broad knowledge of it, but you didn't get anything wrong.
Okay.
Corn, however, you understand, at least from your knowledge, that if you're anywhere near Set, and this is very clearly, especially so with the you've had your suspicions, at least from the environment or otherwise, in forms of literature that you've seen, and been speculative of exactly where you are, and immediately you had thought that you were somewhere near the blood marches, but in coming upon this, you imagine that you're some distance away from them. You were very, very sure that you were somewhere within the Grimwood, especially close to the Grey Gulf, along the southern coast, which is where this filters out into. However, it is some distance away.
You say the Grey Gulf?
The Grey Gulf, yeah. Largely known for that because it basically drops off into a pit. And it's just known for its grayish waters, but that's not the main thing he rolled for. You do know, knowing both the ecosystems and as of where you are right now, you're able to pin down at least some of the species that you're able to see. These are very clearly saltwater crocodiles, some of the largest breeds of them. However, they though are the most populated or broad across this ecosystem. You do have to be aware of the at least in areas like this, more so, or I should say less plentifully so. The salt crocodiles are what you're seeing around you. They are very big and very dangerous. Though if you were within a vessel, unless starving, they would probably leave you alone. They're most likely to attack if you make yourself look like available prey, or otherwise, if you were like, because the main thing they hunt in here are basically anything that swims in, or like small like mammals that come across or near the shore to like feed or drink, or to cool off from the nearby weatherments. Um, but the other thing they mostly hunt are like catfish and otherwise the more like mundane. However, the thing you do need to be most aware of and worrisome of if you were to be swimming in here are swamp drakes. Um,
The fuck is that?
um, they're often misinterpreted and mislabeled as octopi or octopuses, or otherwise like giant octopuses. Though they share visual descriptions or otherwise and do possess like tentacles, um, they are by no means sharing the same like habits of those like aquatic creatures that are generally reserved for like the ocean or the outer coasts. They are entirely reserved to the heavily humid and damp atmospheres of the both the bogs along the southeastern portions of the continent. Um, they are easily identified by their scaly hide, which is why they have earned the title of like a swamp drake, both for the ecosystem and their like scaly but like rubbery hide. Um, and they share, though they do not like have the visual appearance of a majority of the quadrupeded like drakes, the ecosystem or otherwise has made them change to the point that the appearance is more resembling of like a giant octopus. Um, they are very much ambush creatures. They sit within heavy algae areas of the marshes that are cleared or otherwise of deep rooted like trees. Um, and are very known for like dragging fishermen or otherwise underneath the water, both to drown and to consume. And they are extremely aggressive and dangerous creatures. Um, the only thing to kind of like give away their appearance is they release. Did I say something weird?
Yeah, I think you said sit and it sounded like shit.
It's
So
just sounded like shit.
continue on.
I was like,
Yeah.
There's nothing actually bad though, but I was just like, he.
I did. Yeah, I said sit. I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
But the main thing with them is they attract most of their prey by releasing a hormone into the waters. That for a majority of like its main prey within this ecosystem is salt crocodiles. Um, so, but the main giveaway as to their presence is the hormone is rather like physical. It's almost like a um like an oil that they release into the waters. And although it is colorless, it causes for um these flowers to bud on the water's surface, and they're known as swamp lilies. Um, if you see an overabundance of them on the water's surface, don't go near it.
I'd like to share information.
Whoa.
So much information.
Horns been watching Animal Planet.
Watching
Yeah, it's a
BBC
great
Earth.
show. I do recommend. But yeah,
Great
that's
documentaries.
Can you imagine how crazy Animal Planet would be in a fantasy world?
Mr. DM.
Yeah.
Did you say that we weren't near set, or that like my assumption was correct?
It was confirmed that you're somewhere near set, and near set is surrounded by an ecosystem before it reaches this or to its like east, known as the blood marshes. It's one of the largest like
Yeah.
ecosystems within the region. If you were there, you would be seeing a lot more like parasitic like creatures, such as bloodsuckers from our last game. But using like that deduction and as well as like knowing that you're somewhere near like gallows water, you assume you're somewhere within the Grimwood. which is near the Gray Gulf, and you just basically you just triangulated where you were, because
Yeah.
it
So the
connects.
Grey Gulf is next to the Blood or the Grimwood. Is the
Yeah.
Grimwood next to the Blood Marshes and the
It
Blood
does connect at
Marshes are
some
next to the
point, but
steppe?
that's going south. So
Okay.
you're like technically northeast from the Blood Marshes and like Set. Um,
All right.
the reason I mentioned the Gray Gulf is because like this entire like ecosystem is like a flooded like swamp. And the Gray Gulf is where like that water comes in from. You know what I mean?
Is the Grey Gulf like on the north side of the continent or the south side or the east
The
side or
southeast.
the west side?
Yeah.
Southeast. Okay.
Looks like we're gonna need a boat.
I mean, you could swim.
Anyone know how to swim?
I do not have a swimming speed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Neither do I.
Well, I don't fancy dying to these
Don't worry, I
swamp
have a swim
drinks or saltwater crocodiles.
Don't worry, I have swim speed. Don't worry, I got you.
But if we do have to make a boat, I figure our best bet is probably to cut down a tree and then sort of hollow out its trunk. I'm not a shipbuilder, but if worse comes to worse, or maybe
Don't
like a
mean to-
raft. I'm not really sure.
burst your bubble, but do you know how to make one, or do we have like tools to hollow out one of these logs?
I know how to craft. I'm a crafter.
I've got
Wait, you
some woodworking tools, but it's not really for chopping down trees.
Best I have is my sword, and that's not much for chopping, if I'm honest.
Maybe
Uh,
Cormac
I-
and I could sort of
trees.
we could gather some branches and then we could lash them together to make a raft.
I mean, if we want to do the tree idea, I do believe I can get us an axe to cut down a tree. If that's what we want.
Alright, going. What's that athletic score? You start flexing
If
at
I
you.
had to rate it
You can make
at
an axe.
infinity, I'd rate it 10.
Yeah, in some capacity, yeah.
In some capacity, rated between 1 and infinity, I'd say I'll have a plus 12 to
You should
strength.
probably do it then.
I mean, if we can get 2 axes, that'll be 2 chops.
How can you make an axe, Corin? Or get one?
Oh well, I have to. I don't
Alright.
know if I'll be right back. And he walks behind a tree.
I think I know what this is.
I think he's gonna
He-
fucking magic up one.
He look. Is that are you all looking? He looks kind of behind the tree.
No, I mean I won't look at it. Well, I mean,
I mean, I'm
Actually,
kind of.
I guess I
I'm
would
looking.
probably
Yeah.
look at you.
I want to see.
unless you tell us to
Alright.
like not look anymore.
Turn around.
Mom, can you get me an axe, please?
Turn around.
Suspicious, and I'll turn around.
Sus.
Okay then.
Corin's the imposter.
Cord.
Oh, I
goes
saw
Blue
back-
sus.
Cord goes back behind the tree, and none of you see it because he's doing it secretly. But he starts pulling from the shadows behind the tree, and fucking using his shadow smith ability, he makes a like dark axe thing.
What?
That's what he
Oh.
does.
I thought you were gonna use the investigator thing, or
What
like you
the
remember to buy something at the town. But no, damn.
Yeah, but
Are you
There's
making
that
like a woodcutter's axe?
Yeah, I'll make a woodcutter's axe.
Make a great orc neck splitter.
As you hear like the moisture and like warmth out of the environment kind of drain to this like cold like hush as it and just silences as you see holding in your hand is a two-handed like woodcutter's axe, completely void black, but you can see the curves and like breaks in it, or the bends or otherwise that are like outlined in this almost like this like starry or the like luminescent like glow that kind of like outlines it. But
All right, got an axe. It works for 1 minute, and then I can make it again. Cut down as I hold this
okay.
black axe.
Damn, bro, you used bound woodcutter's axe.
That's good. Okay. You can just make shit like this, Gordon?
Yes.
Damn.
so I'll say that you can probably just like, at least in this circumstance, just concentrate to like keep it there, you know?
I mean, I could just like technically just keep.
So you don't
moving
have to
it
be
as
like,
I go.
oh, there it goes, and then
Yeah.
you know.
Fade
Right as
into
you're
it.
swinging, you just like punch the tree. Then
Only the shaft disappears, so I'm just like swinging and like head just goes flying.
It does have weight to it, which is very strange. As it doesn't have any substance to it, and it's kind of cold to the touch, but not like freezing.
Can I like check what the fuck that is from like seeing it? Like what is that?
I'm not
Uh,
one to look.
You can
at
make
your
a.
Yeah.
Those of you that want to do, you can make an occultism check.
I'm good at those. I want to make the check. Is it blind or
what's
not?
occultism? You guys
God.
talk about
Say
the cult all
occultism.
the
This is
time,
blind.
or-
Everyone's
Okay.
gonna figure out my secrets.
I don't have occultism, so
I am an
Don't
expert in occultism. I will have you know. Just kidding. I'm only trained.
Okay. Tora, Karvok, and Knick. Duh, black magic. You know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't. Yeah, you have no idea what this strange shadow like crafted like object is, or how Tora has like summoned it, and it has like an eerie or alien like aspect to it. Though Corin has always been a rather like mysterious fellow, so you're not really sure. You don't immediately you assign your own beliefs to it. You don't really have any. Um, uh, it definitely has a rather like unnerving like feeling to it.
he's a devil boy. It's just some devil thing.
He sucks off the devil for axes.
As for Gowan, I will message.
Oh,
Oh my
Gallon's
god.
gonna know my secrets.
Well, I'm just gonna
Wait.
start chopping if no one minds.
Is Corin
Backstory.
the
Cough it up.
BBEG?
What do you mean backstory? You guys all saw.
Yeah, I
this
know we
shit.
already know, but
I'm chopping his
Getting
machine.
XP.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we're killing
refocus again.
Bro, can my
Well,
forest?
I
Refocusing doesn't
refocus
do
again?
shit for me, which is annoying.
don't have my rope
You-
anymore. So
you can't
like, I hope
refocus
someone
yet,
else has
no.
rope.
No.
I mean, you can, but it won't do anything.
I was gonna say, yeah, if
Wait, what?
monks just get the free refocus for a focus point shit, I'll be kind of annoyed, because oracles only get the one to reduce curse.
Because like
Ah,
you
I
have to
see.
get abilities if you want to refocus and gain more than one.
Ah,
but
yeah.
you can only gain one. You can't go above that if you don't have those abilities. So every time you refocus, you gain one, and if you've already gained one.
Well, how do you
then
have
don't.
more than one focus point?
So like if I have
Oracles have
I
two.
can use 2 focus points because I have 2 key spells. Does that mean I can never
Oh,
have 2 focus points ever again?
Yeah, when you sleep, you get 2
Yeah,
focus
Yeah, when you
points,
long
but-
rest, it
long
resets
rest.
you.
Oh, okay.
But until you, I think it's like level 11, you can get an ability where it's if you refocus and you've spent one, instead of gaining one, you gain 2.
Oh, yeah,
So
I'm gonna
it's
get
just-
that one.
Yeah, as soon as you spend one.
I think
you can
Oracle
only gain
slightly. I think Oracle can just gain the point, but they have to like be higher in their curse tier, and then when they do it, they
Yeah,
like when they
oracles
reduce
are
their
focus
curse.
boys.
Yeah, they're focus boys. And then when I reduce my curse, I gain a focus point back from it through my refocusing, but also I reduce my curse level. So, but it can never go below minor. Once I use a revelation spell, I can't go back until I long rest. So I got the minor effects currently.
Someone else got rope.
Corin.
I got some rope.
Okay, good. Because otherwise, I use my rope.
say that
to
out
tie up
loud?
those horses.
No,
Okay.
but I slightly
Cold.
You what?
I slightly narrowed my eyes when I look at you.
You made a
That's-
deal with the devil.
How's your chopping going, Sid?
So what are you guys doing with the? You're just chopping down like a log.
I'm just chopping down trees so we can get wood for a raft.
This is gonna take a while.
Alright,
Alright,
boys,
chop.
set up a perimeter.
Set up, boys. We're here for the
Can-
long
like-
haul.
this
Can
would
I
probably
like
be
look
easy.
if there's a boat somewhere?
No, that's,
Went up and
You don't see a boat. No.
There's a boat store right there, guys.
Swim? Can we use
Oh,
one?
Yo,
no.
bro, they got a bait shop.
How much does the boat cost, though? That's the big question.
Not free if we kill them.
If we kill the people in charge of the boat, it's our boat. The deed of the place goes to us.
Are we gonna go out into the water? Because if I remember, like, we thought that they like landed here and now they're in the area?
I think they're in
Yeah,
the water.
they're like somewhere in the area, but they like.
Yeah, no, they had boats here, landed, went out, fucked the caravan, came back, got back on, and then
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So,
So like I guess we could walk around the perimeter of the water and eventually try to find like a spot where we see boat marks again, but we might take the wrong way and it'll lead us somewhere else. We don't know. But I mean, we could go in the water and go in the wrong
I
spot
use
too.
my exceptional perception number to discern how the algae is strained, so I can tell where the boats traveled through the water.
Wow.
I literally just thought of that, and I thought it sounded cool.
I think something's going on at Thomas and Gabe's.
Gabe is gone.
Marital dispute.
it's okay. So what's going on? Are you guys like dedicating like? Because it's gonna take probably a few hours to get this like raft together.
Oh.
Because you have to. I mean, you guys have like rope, but like chopping down all the like trees is like gonna take some time.
All right, here's an idea, everyone. Instead of making a boat, why don't we go to this town, Gallows Water, or whatever it's called, and then we buy a boat there, and then we bring it back here.
I
Maybe
guess
the
that
town
could
might
work.
actually have information about what we're hunting.
I mean, like you guys can totally just make this like castaway like raft,
I mean, I got the axe out and everything.
I can keep making axes. I can make like
or just commit,
Like-
swim away.
rope.
I remember seeing a show on Discovery Channel. They built a boat in like 2 hours.
Oh,
Did say a couple
Oh,
hours.
They probably had more than one axe.
They probably also
Oh,
had
yeah.
knowledge.
It's that
They-
like one like YouTube channel where it's like making a sauna out of mud, and you just like
They cut.
it's
yeah.
primitive. It's the primitive guy.
Yo, how does he do
Yeah.
that though? Like,
He was
All
just
right.
why
good
is it
at
always like a
technology,
water
Well-
slide or something?
as everybody is discussing, delegating, or coming to a decision, we will give an intermission to come up with exactly what the plan is. So
Okay.
we will
Sounds
see
good.
all you boys here in just a moment. Alrighty, and we are back. The party currently still standing along the side of the shoreline, still debating as to whether or not what their next steps are going to be, exactly how to traverse or to navigate this gator infested water in pursuit of the captors and the attackers of the caravan that you had come upon before. Most of the party just standing around the shore in discussion or otherwise like looking in for any more details or keeping an eye out for approaching gators or other dangers. While on the other hand, Harvok is currently at work tending to a slimmer tree in the back, not so far into the actual bog itself, but backtrack slightly to the still like land-based ones as he is currently like.
So we're still chopping, right? That's still on the plan, the agenda.
I think a good idea would be to see if we can craft a raft, and if it isn't really seaworthy, then we can try and head back towards the town and make up some more plans from there. Maybe they would have a raft for us or something like that.
That's all I need to know, thanks. I'm hacking.
You got your
hacking,
shirt off?
flashing. I'm not gonna take my shirt off on stream.
Gives
It'd be-
+1.
No one needs to see me like that, but
Okay.
since this mimics a woodcutter's axe, does a woodcutter's axe get me fancy benefits towards wood chopping action?
Probably the ability to just chop it.
Bro, if I really want, we just wait 8 hours. You enlarge me, and I start just ripping trees out.
Yeah, so we started rolling. Nothing's really changed.
Okay.
So we like just started up. So if I use the actual crafting rules, it would take you 4 days of work. No, but I'm not gonna do it.
Fuck.
You don't have the formula, so I guess you can't make a rowboat, but you can make. I'm using the
Thorn's got a
rowboat
rat
as a
formula in
reference
his
for
head, right?
times.
I was just gonna tie a bunch of logs together.
Yeah, you're making
Yeah.
a raft. So
That was
You know,
my idea. Is just like get a bunch of logs, tie them
figure I don't
together.
need much of a fucking blueprint.
Okay, I'm gonna-
some Lego The instruction manual.
Hmm.
Just do that.
Here, wrap
Okay.
the rope.
Just to kind of make, I'm assuming you're just trying to make a squared off like log raft, is if that's correct.
Sounds
Yeah.
Enough to
Whatever-
fit all of
whatever
us
would be
on
the
it.
yeah, whatever would be feasible and in a timely manner, and then that could fit us on. That's what I want to make.
How buoyant are these logs? Did they float?
I mean,
Let's
they're
test that
wood.
out.
Wood floats, at least most wood.
Yeah. Because the way you make the way like a raft works is it like, to my knowledge,
It float.
Thomas, master of rafts.
I'm not. I'm just looking at pictures trying to discern.
You gotta make sure it, like, floats before you, or like test it by having some people
Or
sit
make
on
a
it.
miniature model with like sticks and twigs.
Big brain. Okay. So, can I have, so everyone's committing to waiting for him to gather all the like logs. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once there's like a few, I just
Yeah.
kind of want to like test it out a little bit, like have like 2 logs there, just like sit on them, see how well it holds me up.
Okay. Corin, you're basically gonna need to be helping him, just keeping the axe around. But this is probably gonna take a majority of the day. Just getting the logs, because you're gonna need about 3 to 2 layers of like logs to make something that's like actually gonna float, but or sturdy enough to support all of your weight. Along with that, do you guys already have an idea for like the paddle, or is that separate?
I got a shield.
Shield.
I can summon a paddle.
Oh, that would work too. Yeah, that's probably the
Yeah.
easiest. Okay. I was just asking for purposes.
I got my shield. That's
and-
what I'm
And
gonna
I'm
use.
assuming we're gonna be using
Like
like
sword.
rope for the bindings.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Keeping it.
I got rope in my
I
inventory.
got ropey as well.
It doesn't seem as though it's gonna take a great deal of rope, because it's like layered, like a bunch of logs across, and then there are a bunch of logs like across like this, and then there's like 2 logs at the end where they all come to a point that just tie around the end, so it just sandwiches
And
all
then
the
just
logs.
holding them all together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems to be how it functions.
How deep does the water seem? Because
Do you wanna jump in?
Not that deep, is it?
It is opaque, so you can't really see through it to see like the base of it.
Okay, I got an idea for instead of a paddle, we could just use a stick, just push across the ground like some fucking Venetian
You-
boats.
You chop down a small like tree
Floating
after
around
about
in shape? Sweet.
about like 50 minutes of work, but it's on the smaller end of things. But as you kind of like look back to the coast, was there something you're gonna do about the water?
I'm just gonna get a big stick from the tree I just chopped real quick. It's a couple branches. I just break off like a longer branch real quick.
Okay. You break off a branch that's about one of the longer ones being that has like a bunch of leaves coming off it, and you kind of drag it behind you a bit, but it's 10 to 12 feet in length probably.
Real quick before we get back to chopping, I'm gonna check something real quick. And I go to like the water's edge of it, like a step or 2 in, just kind of like poke it down.
It goes all the way to the point of which like there's about 2 to like 3 feet of like the branch left until like it stops or hits like the base.
Well,
So it's about 10 feet, give or take. At least where it shores off at.
paddle might be our best benefit at this point. I don't know if we're gonna get bigger sticks than this. Well, I just kind of let go of the stick. Back to chopping.
Can I have you make an athletics check for me?
Blind public or
This is public.
at a Discord thing pop up.
Is there anything anyone else is going to be doing while he is in the process of this? I know. I'm assuming Corin, you're just with him.
Yeah.
Tora and I will keep.
I'll keep a lookout. Yeah, I'll keep a lookout.
I have rolled a 30.
Looking for crocodiles.
Wait, hold up. I gotta check something real quick.
Crocodilians.
Before that 30 is confirmed, let me just make sure of something.
How like warm is it outside right now?
It is right now. Probably around like 60 to like 80 degrees.
I'm just gonna try to like gather together any kind of like loose twigs and branches and stuff and try to make a little fire, and then I'll just
Oh,
use flame on it to.
well, no, it's warm. It's just
Oh, okay.
the cold aspect of it is coming more from like the rain. But yeah. So, do you have
Okay.
anything to like shield the like fire?
Not for that. No, I forgot it was raining.
Mm.
The rain music stopped
I did
at
turn it.
some point.
I have not turned it back on yet, but I will do that right now. I don't have object permanence either, so I will put it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're
raining
like a
now.
3-month-year-old?
Yes.
No object permanence?
Just
Well, I mean,
I
the
can't
rain
hear
stopped,
therefore
so
rain. No, I'm kidding.
It's my-
it's gone.
Just like my cats, no object permanence.
Okay. Are you still gonna try to do that, or what's up?
No. Then I will just keep watch.
Okay. What about everybody else? Is there anything anyone is doing like specific or?
No, I'll keep watch too, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to
Well, I guess I'll keep my rope in my backpack so it doesn't get wet, I guess.
Okay.
We'll get it wet yeah, it'll get wet so.
Dia?
I'm going to watch them do their work for like 3 hours, like if I'm not part of that, and then I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, and then I'm gonna help organize as much as I can, but I will not cut or do any strength checks.
Okay. Deal. Gallon, is there anything specific you're doing?
I'm just watching.
Well, Karvok seems to be very physically capable. And with a critical success, he cuts the time in half of what is needed to really down all these the enough trees or log or lumber necessary to put this like raft together. And over the course of what's up?
I was gonna say, while I am chopping, I am singing an old Orcish tune from my home.
Ooh, that's cute.
In Orcish, so no one
Six
understands.
mountains deep. No, I'm kidding.
Yo, bro, that's dwarves.
No, I
Bro.
know.
Copyright material.
The rhythmic thwacks of his like the shadow axe against wood is this almost like this temperate rhythm that never seems to cease or stop throughout the entirety of the 8 hours you spend chopping down timber and throwing them down. And soon enough, you have this both chopping down the trees and organizing the like chopping away the branches and segmenting it into like similar length like logs for the raft before you just have this like pile of timber before the group. As you kind of like come back, the shadow axe kind of dissipates out of your hand, sweat pouring away over your like your forehead and underneath your clothes, and you're still extremely like damp, but you do not suffer any exhaustion. The rain helped to keep you cool, but
Well, I've done my part. Got some logs for the boys. You think this will be good enough, boys?
Yeah, we can hope.
Well, I just need a quick drink of water. I can help put some stuff together. I heard dice roll somewhere in the distance.
Dice.
But,
I can
yeah,
start trying to make it, tie it up with some rope and things.
Do you need some more rope, you think?
I
I
only
got
have
some rope
50
as well if we
feet.
need.
Here. I'll hand him some of my ropey. My 50 feet of ropey.
Wow, 100 feet of rope. I'm gonna rule the world.
It is starting to like the daylight has largely begun to dissipate as the forest over the course of the entirety like of the time he has taken to like chop away wood and otherwise has definitely taken a toll as the forest has started to take a much more grayed and like evening light to it. The rain lightly dampening but never ceasing. It's a lot lighter now than it was before. However, the light within the woods is quickly like draining away. However, Kinnick um, has early on already set up a small like shielding of like shrubbery or otherwise, and you can see he's like set up a few dried logs. Not yet lit any form of like a campfire, but if you guys need light, he spent the time kind of setting that up. If that's fine, Kinnick.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just assumed.
Because then I also want to just get like, dry off a few things.
Yeah, it
Put 'em
basically
in your
took
backpack and stuff like that.
yeah, it took the length of the time like chopping wood to like get dry timber and the proper like kindling, which you kind of used out of just like shit you had, because a lot of the stuff around here is just soaked. But no, who's leading the craft on
I can aid you if you
yeah,
would
as,
like.
I'd say as many people I believe there's no limit to how many people can help a craft check, so or really
I will
aid in
help with
general.
my
But
strength.
Oh.
I don't know if I can do that actually.
No
you
crafting.
yeah, you
Is
need
this
to
a
be trained
blind
to
or-
craft. No, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
not.
I am
Okay.
untrained in crafting.
This is my aid check.
But if you have like you don't have to necessarily if you have another way you could help.
I
So-
walk over to Corin real quick. Say, here you go, buddy. Bit of guidance for you.
Ow. You could just you just tap me with it.
Nah.
Alright.
Now do your craft check fast. You only have 6 seconds.
I guess
Um,
I'll do it if anyone else doesn't have.
I'm
I'm
aiding.
not
I
trained,
didn't
bro.
aid you that
I
well.
can't train.
I think we're the only two who are trained.
Okay. I mean,
I can light a candle.
yeah, if you have like another way to help, you could try. It's just it wouldn't necessarily reduce the time, just more the chances of like success for our boys.
I could.
So like you
help-
could carry timber over
Yeah.
with like your
carry
strength if you
timber
wanted,
around.
because like they are big ass like logs, roughly about like
I don't want to say it, but Kinnick's a small creature and Corin's a twink, so you know.
yeah, the logs kind of
Tor
very
could like. Tor, you good at nodding?
I'm dexterous, I guess. I don't really know if I'm so good at nodding. I have good wisdom. I have
I can
survival.
nod.
I
I
mean,
cannot.
I've got like small little fingies, but
Was anyone a Cub Scout?
Here,
For
I'll do the,
all of
I'll
about
nod.
20 minutes, they
I'll do
assigned me
the
to sell popcorn. and I
I'll do
said,
the nodding for you.
Alright.
tying the rope and the logs together.
I don't know if that's
Well,
enough to or like to be a help check, just because like in the entire construction of it there's like 4 knots, so I don't
yeah.
I don't think it's really enough, but
Oh, then I won't do that. then.
because they're kind of already covering that, because they're putting it in place and tying it up, so they're handling the construction. I felt the logs applicable use of like athletics because they are heavy, so
Yo, is there any kind of like performance check to help us out, or I don't know how?
hey,
Is that like
oh,
Play some
Let's
inspiring
go.
music.
yeah, is that a thing? The bardic inspiration or whatever?
No, not in this game.
do we have a bard?
I don't know,
See you
dude.
over there, Gib.
I don't know.
Tia's
Yeah,
a
Maybe.
Class at this moment.
Tia's a fisherman, so
Oh yeah, the
You're right,
fisherman
damn.
class. Alright, am I
start at
ready to
level
roll
0.
then?
okay. So
Don't
who's
do it.
leading? That's the thing.
I'm leading.
Okay.
He's leading.
So-
I'm aiding. I
so-
rolled a 12 on my
I am
aid.
doing. I
Okay.
am helping move stuff around.
That is a failure. So you don't offer.
Yeah, I assumed
I think
it
that
was.
is that.
Sorry about
Did
that.
you crit fail? Oh, no.
No, I
Should
don't.
I,
Did
should I
you
roll
crit
an
fail,
athletic?
Max?
I think a
No,
failure
he didn't.
is nothing, whereas the crit fail is like the -2 then. If I don't remember exactly how all that is, but I think a failure is
No,
just like,
yeah, it's just success,
nothing.
critical success, and critical failure. Okay.
So I didn't fuck you over.
So I get nothing to my check.
You get we need our athletics boy to make his check.
Oh.
Fuck, bro. I got a 15.
Yours is a much easier job. You're just kind of picking it up and setting it down. So, Corin, you get a.
Yo, pursue a lead on this thing.
You get a
Pursue
+1
lead.
circumstance bonus. So
+1 circumstance. All right, is that it?
And then you
Well,
also
that's it.
you also get a +1 status bonus because I gave you guidance for the check.
Okay.
Can you do
Oh,
guidance over this long of an action? I don't
I
know.
gave him guidance for the check itself.
I'll
I have
sure,
absolutely
yeah.
no idea if it can or
They're
not.
not sure.
I mean, it just says skill check, so it doesn't really specify.
Lord Gundo!
Oh my
Lord
god.
Oh,
Gundo!
a 30.
A beautiful
Lord
raft.
Or a
Lord
31.
Gundo.
Yo.
Excellent. The construction is very simple. It's honestly just like you're just laying logs in the line. The hardest part is laying them down correctly and tying them tight enough so that they are like bonded and not gonna fall apart, because you don't want these things just kind of like dispersing while you're out on the water, and then you just got a bunch of logs floating away from each other.
Yeah.
So Corin, you take extra care. Though Kinnick is doing his best, you can definitely tell the his like wetted hands can make it difficult for him to kind of like tie the knots off like adequately. So you often find yourself having to go over, double check, and retie them off as well. However, you find it greatly helpful with Karvok carrying the heavy logs in. So you just kind of like gesture to where they need to be, and he just sets them down. You kind of like running the cords over, and soon enough, layer after layer, and over the course of about an additional 2.5 hours, the raft is starting to look and come together as you have sitting a large square log like raft that could, though kind of tightly packed together, it's about like 13.5 feet wide, and then nearly 15 feet in length, and is quite like large, but you do believe that it should be able to stand afloat or accommodate your weight, though move very, very slowly, and without and doing so without your without a current won't really be able to do it on its own. But
It didn't come with a motor?
no, it did not come with a
What?
motor.
Dang.
Yo, is that something you can craft?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe just like a trolling motor on the back?
Using some wood and some grass, you've create yourself a
Internal
engine.
combustion.
Yeah.
I can light it aflame.
I'll just shadow smith it. I can make anything. Make
But
a
now all that's left is to send it out onto the water.
And it's like nighttime now?
At this point, yeah, it is about. You're not
Oh.
really sure what time, but it is like late evening. You'd probably wager around like 8 p.m. to like 11 p.m. You
Everyone
can
is
really
off,
you
man.
now you even for those of you with like dark vision, those of you without dark vision are hopeless in really like spotting the like crocodiles now in the water. You can only really see the like the reflective light on like the water's surface, and the occasional like shadow kind of bob by, but it's difficult to differentiate whether that's just a wave, a moving branch, or a creature itself.
Holy shit, is it finally done now? I've been waiting
Yeah.
10 hours.
Well, I mean, we had to make a raft from scratch, alright? It wasn't going to be a
Right,
quick
I
process.
never made a raft, so I guess I don't know how long it takes, but at least it's done now. So we're going to set off now, or
Do you want to wait until the morning?
I'll be
I know
approved
I
by
can
the-
see right now, but I think
Actually,
Gow and
well,
yourself and Tora can't.
Yeah, I can't quite see much, and I would wager to guess that the predators around this area are more active at night.
Do we want to try and camp then and have a watch over the night?
I've got this spot where we can have a fire. It should be shielded from the rain.
I think that would be best. If we were to go out and try to help people right now, I don't know if feel like they'd be at the advantage.
Yeah. About how far are we from where our cart was?
It's like an hour's travel, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was in total you got lost on the way, but yeah, it's about an hour to 2 hours away from your car right now.
Is it within a mile? If I try and empathetically talk to my raven, do I get anything?
Just it's a distance outside of that, yeah. You don't get anything from him.
Oh fuck. Well, I kind of want him for the morning.
Do you want to go back then?
Well, I'm back enough for that I could tell him to come to me.
I can produce a light again. We can.
I can
uh,
travel with you backwards a little bit and then you can call.
We can start
Uh,
this fire and then just have a few people go back with you. I can give you that light and then just come back here once your friend comes back.
that would be appreciated, yeah.
I'm going to cast produce flame on the fire.
Oh my god!
It explodes. All the
Holy
pine cones
shit.
in there.
That is a 16 to hit, dealing 10 damage to the
Wait, you
logs.
Ah.
No, I'm touching.
Yeah.
You can touch it.
It bursts to life. The flames kind of crackling open, and now instead of the like damp humidity being the warmth of the environment, you have actual like true heat finally hitting you. Semi starting to dry your cold rain covered hands. I will have everybody make a fortitude save for me, as these are not great.
Public or
This is public, yeah.
private? Okay.
Everyone or just the ones that are back?
Everybody, because you've all been out in this rain for some time.
If that fails, I use my thingy.
Oh, I
Damn,
can't
everyone's like private.
Tora, you
Oh.
fail. Theoden, you fail.
use-
Gowan, you crit fail. If you'd like to use a hero point to
Hero
reroll.
point.
Yeah, I use
Did
it.
I- did I
by the
fail?
way, so I got a 20.
There you go.
Does that fail or not?
Yeah, Corin, you fail. I apologize.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you did too.
Mine is a 20. Because I have a -2
I-
penalty to saving throws.
Yeah! 25.
I got a 22 now. Oh, Thaden got a 28.
Jesus.
They didn't
Wait,
through
that's a
initiative
perception.
7
That's
instead
not
of
a fortitude.
Oh, you gotta do 42.
It's like underneath it.
You
You
roll
gotta
a.
click a little die. Yeah.
Oof.
I think that fails.
No. Me too.
Oh damn. It
Mr.
would have been a
GM, my
26
20 failed.
because he only. I didn't know his con was that low.
He's looking up the rules of how we're going to die.
Probably.
Wait, I'm good. I got the fire here. I'm drying off my little boots and my socks. Whatever else I got.
Okay.
Who wanted the light? I don't know who's going back with Corin.
I could give a light too. I have
I
that
would-
cantrip.
Toward where do you want the light at?
Korvac, me and
Okay.
me and your
Color.
I apologize. Theoden and Corin, you both succeeded initially. I was thinking of a different disease. So you get your
Okay,
hero points
okay.
back.
Oh,
Did not hero point.
Yeah.
My 20
However,
succeeds or fails.
Gowan, you
Here's what
got the
succeeds.
same roll twice, but you did not get a critical failure with the second one. So, it's a bit better.
Wait, so the first time it was the 13 as well?
The first time, did you roll private or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
I-
rolled a
Oh,
private.
I see. Yeah. Well, no, the first time was an 11, and you critically failed. So, like you rolled a 1. So,
Oh, okay.
you're not gonna suffer the critical failure effects of this.
Okay.
But
Just a failure.
I will say that during the entirety of this time, you've all been out in this like out of shelter and otherwise in these the humidity, the bog, and otherwise, and surprisingly, even Carvock's able to stave off the harmful effects of doing such labor. Perhaps the gained body heat has helped him stay in working conditions, but the chill or otherwise from the bog and the dampness of walking on it, you feel this like the this dizziness. Gowan, you're a bit lightheaded as you pull yourself up from the stump you've been sitting at for the past like 8 hours, and you notice that your right foot has just gone like completely numb.
Poopies.
That shit sucks to watch.
Yeah, you have clumsy one.
Oh, okay.
Clumsy one. Oh no.
Oh. Can I like correlate this effect to any like disease or anything?
You got that like pins and needles in your leg.
I just it's just a suit.
Your leg's asleep. Just punch it awake like Max did the other night.
Yeah,
Start beating your leg.
I mean it
I
works.
would
It
say
gets the
this
blood
is-
flowing.
Go ahead and make a
Is he showing
a
any
nature
obvious...
recall knowledge check or medicine. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, those are the same modifier, so there's my roll.
You just kind of feel a bit groggy.
Shit.
You don't feel as bad as when you got bit by the like leeches back in the Misted Isle, but you can definitely tell you're a little bit like off your game a bit. You're like seeing like those like black dots at the edge of your vision, but it's not like overtaking it completely. The biggest thing is more just like your foot. It's kind of forcing you to kind of walk with a bit of a limp.
Is this noticeable to the rest of us, or is he just kind of...
I will try to hide it and be stoic.
Oh,
Okay, make a
it's like a deception.
no, this will be a stealth check.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm actually not that bad at this.
The rest of you can go ahead. This is against your passives, so well.
Is that a public roll?
You know that yeah. Well, no, I would have probably made this one public, but that was my bad for not saying so. But very much so, you can see Gowan like
Gowan.
walk back over. You can very much tell that he's like stomaching whatever's like up, but the give is in like the movements of his like leg. So
Gowan?
literally everyone.
It's nothing. It's just I got a bit of the stanky leg.
Oh, hey.
It's really nothing. Don't worry
Roll
about it.
that phrase.
If you need a bit of a pick me up, I might have a trick or two up my sleeve to
Pick me up.
make you feel a bit better.
What does that entail?
Oh, it entails you. Hold on, let me just check. It entails you staying still for about 10 seconds 1 minute while I cast a spell on you.
Well, if you can make it go away, I suppose so. You can give it a shot. I'll turn away.
Karvok, go and sit down real quick on the log, real quick. I need to get a good look at your leg.
Put my leg on the log and unbuckle my armor.
Shit.
So I do your work.
I
I
don't
want to make
think
a medicine check on that while they're doing that.
You're gonna have to see.
Give me the
I
light.
have dark vision, loser.
No, I don't mean like
put the
see. I
light-
mean like he's like wearing like his plate armor over like
Oh
his
yeah,
boot.
He's unbuckling it.
Oh, okay. So are you like taking your foot out and putting it like next to the fire?
Yeah, just wherever it's exposed.
Okay. You kind of are unbuckling your plate armor, starting with like your greaves as you kind of pull it off and set it to the side, out of the mud as much as you can. But Tori, you kind of come over and you can, looking at his foot, you notice that there are sores that have kind of starting to like wart at the base of the sole of his foot. The skin has started to kind of like gray out as like blood has like drained from the foot or the appendage partially, but not entirely. And you can see there's a slight of a greenish tint around like where like mud and moisture had gotten in through the soles of his boot and greaves, and chilled the like flesh beneath. But you can go ahead and make a medicine check for me. All right. Well, you I did not keep. Well, you rolled very well.
Oh.
I won't really hide that because I was very surprised. You identify this immediately as a disease similar to that, or it's more of a an ailment similar to that of like frostbite or uh uh
Athlete's
and
foot.
kind of like athlete's foot too. Anything it's a malady directed towards the appendages of individuals, and it is extremely common to during like long unprotected travel within or resting within like areas of very dense moisture or rainfall. And it is very commonly referred to as swamp foot. Uh,
Sorry.
its initial effects take effect rather quickly over the course of its like onset. However, the progression of it, though, very very grim. If it goes all the way to the end of its progression without like aid, warmth, and recovery, is rather slow. It takes days within exposure within the same environment. And once out of the environment, it must be like cleansed. Over the course of it, during stage 1, he is clumsy 1. During stage 2, he is clumsy 1 and has a minus 5 foot status penalty to his speed. Stage 3, he's clumsy 2 and minus 10 feet to his speed. And during stage 3, the appendage must be removed for the disease to be cured.
Looks
And
like
it
you have-
takes a day between each stage, so before he gets another save. But the best way to
looks like you-
go ahead.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the best way to recover of it is before you get to that point is warmth, rest to the appendage, because it's the exposure to the infectious like surroundings within like bogs or otherwise, and most notably like the moisture of it ripping and chilling the flesh. It's rather unique to the environment, but yeah, it's very much like athlete's foot or otherwise. Also, the fortitude save is a 15, so I'll give you that as well.
So close.
Looks like you're suffering from swamp foot, Gowan. Usually you get it when you are in a place like this for a long time and the cold mud and air and water grips at your feet like that. It'll get worse in a day, and then a day after that it'll get worse too, unless you treat it by staying by a warm fire, keeping yourself rested. I look into my satchel. I do have an answer plague that you could use now, and the next time you have to.
Don't worry about that, Tora. I got a trick up my sleeve that'll get rid of this swamp foot real quick.
Oh,
Do you have cured disease?
I have restoration.
We've talked about this. It does not cure
It
disease.
won't work on it.
look
Yeah,
at this
but it
spell.
reduces the condition of
A
his
condition-
clumsy, so he doesn't have clumsy.
For how long?
Just says restorative magic counters the effects of toxins or conditions that
Yeah.
prevent a creature from functioning
Reduce?
its best. When
I
you
think,
cast
like-
restoration,
I don't think you
choose
can do
to either
that.
reduce the
but-
condition or lessen.
I don't think you can do that for diseases. I think like if he had something else.
If he had
Like,
like,
that
just
made
a
him
regular
clumsy,
clumsy,
I mean,
then
the
you
spell
could do it.
literally says it reduces the condition
But
that
like
he
so it's like let's say it's like you reduce it, right? But he's still like sick.
I think it technically, like, I don't know if this is right, but I think it would go down for one round and then immediately shoot back up again because he still has the disease.
Yeah,
and the
because
disease
technically
also
the
has
way
some
diseases
response
work
to
is it's a constant effect. It's not like a stack. Until cured. I don't imagine they would make restoration when they have cure disease affect diseases like that if restoration just mitigated the disease, essentially.
who even gets cure disease?
Clerics, druids.
Wait, I do?
I think so.
It's
You won't
called
get it
until,
Divine
like, next
Speed.
level,
It's on
but, like-
Divine and Primal. It's a third
Yeah.
level spell.
Oh, remove disease. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Third
my bad.
level.
Whatever then.
What? No, I mean it's a good spell, like restoration,
I
but
mean,
it's more for
I'm-
like if somebody gets like their lights knocked out by like a club, that's when you're like, yeah. Because
Or like if someone drains you and then you do it and they're not
You have
draining
to be. It has to be heightened to fourth
Yeah,
level
you have to
to get rid
heighten
of
for
drain.
drain because it only does clumsy, enfeebled, or stupefied. And I thought it'd be perfect for the situation, but apparently it just doesn't work for anything.
well,
I
both
mean, it
times
works
you've
for-
asked
it
has
doesn't work
been
for
for
disease.
disease. I'm sorry.
I guess that would work if I enlarge him. Then you get rid of that clumsy too. Once you restore him, then he just doesn't have clumsy and he's enlarged.
It doesn't matter, whatever.
Probably
I
better use of the spell. Though.
retract my thing.
Well, I guess I'll
As
just
I was
sleep by the
saying.
fire tonight then.
Here, I take out a little vial full of this green liquid. Sip on this, Gowan.
What have you just handed me?
It's an antiplague. For the next day or so, if your body tries to counteract the disease inside of you,
Wait.
you'll have much better luck with it.
Okay. Also to clarify, restoration targets toxins as well. Reduce the So
Yeah, you can. Yeah, the toxin or a condition,
So
but not a disease.
okay. I was just double checking that because I mean I don't want to like fuck you, but toxins are like because there's diseases and then there's toxins. Like if you guys remember like from the first Pathfinder 2e campaign, you remember those arrows like the guys shot you with that gave you like was it drained? I don't know if it was drained, but it
Like
gave you
slowed or something.
slowed. It gave you slowed. So like restoration would remove that because that was technically a poison, but benefit from restoration. Okay. But anyway, so you're giving him anti-plague?
I am.
What does anti-plague do?
For the next 24 hours, whenever he makes that save, he'll get a +2 item bonus against making a save. If he makes a save, I guess I didn't know if that spell said he made a save.
What spell? Yeah, at
Oh, it's not
the
a spell.
Disease.
The
every
disease, he
disease,
he
yeah,
makes a
every
save, right?
disease you have to keep making saves to go down or up the condition track.
Okay.
And
so when he
so
makes
it-
it in a
Probably
In a
do it
day.
at night.
if he makes it like in the day, he'll have a +2.
yeah, basically this time tomorrow. So
Thank you, Tora. I guess I owe you one.
I made it a long time ago, but it wasn't affected by time, much like me or you are, so you should be feeling better in the morning. Well, no. That disease, in about 24 hours, you should be feeling better. You know, but try to stay near the fire today.
Of course, hopefully it goes away.
so we just
Foot out.
yeah, you kind of set your foot on like a few stones that Tora kind of sets up by the fire, and you can feel the warmth kind of like breaking through the numbed nerves in your foot. Though you can not entirely feel it, but it's this kind of like pins and needles like feeling, but not like too harmly so.
Oh shit! I can use it on this Foundry. Wow, I used it.
Whoa!
Use this anti-plague lesson.
I like that.
And it just got rid of it in my inventory. It's fucking gone now.
Oh,
Well, what's the plan for the night, fellas?
I give
Me and
light to
Tora.
Tora.
He was gonna give me a light Rocky, and me and Corin
It's
were
a
gonna
little,
walk-
it's a little twig.
Oh, a little
There are
twig.
like no rocks around
A
here.
little glow stick.
It's a swamp, man.
And we're
It's
gonna
literally a glow
me and
stick.
Corin were gonna walk back so he can contact his bird.
Okay. And the rest of the boys are staying near camp.
Yes.
Okay.
I will try to keep a watch out with my dark vision eyes, as Gowan is resting himself.
Do you guys have like camping supplies? Because like Swampfoot can be avoided. It's just you have to like have protection from.
always use protection.
I
I
got
think
flint and
so.
steel.
I bedroll.
I have all the.
Yeah, I got a
triggers
bedroll.
up in a bat in
I'm
the.
still-
Okay.
And a
10
compass.
pieces of chalk.
We can set his leg on fire to heat it up.
Yeah,
real
there you
quick.
go. Just Molotov it. It's okay.
We can keep it suspended with my fishing pole. You're like,
Oh.
hook it in his foot.
Oh, jeez.
I thought you were just going like
I
using
know
the
you,
line
you,
to
could
like
just, you
keep
could
it.
just loop it around. But like,
Yeah, but no, just stab him right there.
All right. Well, Corin and Tora, picking up with your glow stick, you kind of set out into the darkening woods, back heading south towards the road, and hopefully backtracking. The tracks at this point have started to kind of like fade away by the rain. But with the glow stick, you're able to kind of like make your way back. Can I have whoever's like leading make a survival check to kind of track your way back?
We're the same, right? I'm a plus
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
One of you can
But
aid.
But I can't. I have light, but I don't know if I can see that well. So
Well,
I guess
you-
I'll do it.
I guess I'll aid
All
you.
you guys are really doing
It's
is
a-
like,
It's a 20-foot bright,
yeah.
20-foot
I mean,
dim.
I'm just
so,
trying
like,
to get within a mile. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to go back
yeah.
there. So,
I will aid you.
all right.
All right.
Thank you.
Get aided. Whoa.
Yo, look at that aid.
take a +1.
Whoa.
Yo.
29 with a natural 20.
In about a half an hour, you find yourself following behind the trail rather quickly, and every occasionally you kind of like before like
Tango, tango. Can you read?
Whiskey Fox.
yes, what is it?
Yeah, can you come with us for the night?
And what of the car?
We can leave it for now, at least. I'd want someone watching over us as we sleep.
If you wish. You can't hear him, but he hits you with the Roger.
All right, we can head back for the most part.
Aye. Let's go.
Okay.
Those
about a
horses
half-
are fucked in the rain. Just thought about that now.
They got
They got
swamp
tree
foot.
over him.
They got 4 swamp foot.
Swampfoot 5.
Swamp foot
We were in the
five.
we
Oh,
were,
no.
we were in the more woody part. Still
That's
swamp
true.
Like
Because like walking on mud is uncomfortable. That hurts. But no, as you guys have been kind of like resting, Tora, you can hear the crunch and like footsteps as like you can hear Tora and like Corin kind of approaching. The glow stick at this point I think is faded out.
It lasts until dawn.
Oh
Or
shit!
until I cast it on a
Holy
different object. Or
Yeah,
let me
wild.
Wild, bro.
Such a wild spell. But like, and you can't get rid of it, can you? It's just have to
Oh.
like sleep on it. Like,
Yeah.
So duration until the next time you make your daily preparation. So I guess then. which
Okay,
is dawn.
that's cool.
to the morning.
Yeah.
That's
As you can see the glow stick kind of coming back. Horn, as you're kind of like approaching the encampment, you can see the slight like dotted like red eyes on a branch above like the tree where the camp has kind of been set under. Just kind of like looking at you guys as you approach.
All right, our plan's to sleep for the night. So I figure you can just keep watch. Are we going to have a watch ourselves and rotate?
Yo, can you do that in this game?
Yo, is that a thing? I
Is
don't
that a
know.
thing in this game?
Resting working though.
If
What-
it is,
what-
I'll
what do
definitely
you mean
stay up
game?
at some point.
What are you guys trying to do?
I was not in character, Alex.
I don't remember
I
if you have to
want-
do like a full 8 hours or not.
Well, I don't know how resting works in this game. so
They
I
actually
really-
have a
watch
Is it
this
like
in
an
surprise
action?
attacks. Whoa.
no, yeah, they have it set up so like a party size of 6. The total time for a long rest with watch times in between is 9 hours and 36 minutes for everybody watching.
Damn, that's
An
awesome.
hour and 36
no,
minutes.
I mean,
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So we
'cause,
still
like,
get our 8 hours.
party size of 2, total time 16 hours.
Yeah, at that point you're not watching.
You're just like, I'm so fucking tired. Could this piece of shit wake up?
Damn, that's awesome. I'll watch for an hour and 36 minutes.
Yo, who's getting what hour and 36 minutes?
I mean, I'll take it at one of the hours because.
Yeah, it's already got divided. It doesn't really matter what order. I'll just like
Yeah.
roll for
Yeah.
who's on
Okay.
watch if something happens.
Gowan is gonna be the one near the fire though. He's
Mhm.
gonna have his bedroll set up there and he doesn't get rained on.
I'm
Everyone else
a
you're
little bit, you know. little massagey.
I'm gonna just
yeah,
like
a little massage, you give it a little kiss.
I'll produce
the
flame
big
on
toe.
his foot again.
Fucking just start poking it. It's just like.
Yo, is there
Yeah.
any pus
Oh,
coming out?
I do have acupuncture needles. Those are my darts.
Oh, there's a little more than needles.
Those are so pretty. You stab someone,
I'm
1d4
like a
damage.
Haku.
Ooh.
But yeah, we're sleeping now, though, guys. Let's go.
We
Okay.
sleep in, and then 1 hour and 36 minutes. We know exactly that time, and then we wake up
That's
the
a
next
lot.
It's
person.
a fucking alarm clock.
Are there watches in this game? I forgot.
Yeah.
Sundial, bro.
Okay. As everybody is laying down for rest, I'm assuming
In
it
that bedroll.
is that my understanding. Everyone's going to sleepy.
hmm
Yeah, in the bedroll.
I'm gonna have a little bit of my rations and just eat my dinner.
Okay.
Do we have how much rope did we use?
Who was using the rope?
I mean, I did, and Cor.
I would say it
Cora
would
gave me
take in
his.
total about like 15 feet of rope.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
then I have rope left. Can
Okay.
I? Can I?
Whose
can I
rope
make
did
like
you
a?
cut?
Can I like make a hammock with my bedroll?
Oh shit, it's probably more
Why,
than
I-
that. Mm,
I'll take like the first watch,
Whatever.
and then I'll just make a hammock while I'm doing my watch.
okay.
You don't want to be in the mud?
No, I don't.
Okay. During your watch, you make your hammock. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. It's kind of minor, but everybody lays down for sleep, eats their rations, does their final preparations. All of you kind of like laying down and resting. And for a majority of you, your dreams are either non-existent, mundane, or the usual. The unsafe environment kind of makes all of you kind of impatient or sleeping with like half an eye open to your surroundings, or at least an ear out for any sort of danger, though you find some comfort in the compatriots watching over you as you rest. However, for Karvok, he has a bit of an incidental sleep. As you lay down for your rest, either half strewn within your sleeping bag or wherever you find yourself comforted in, beneath the shade somewhat out of the rain or the slight pitter-patter of the mud, you find yourself fading away into the dull dampness of your surroundings. Though the time within your sleep is very translucent or otherwise uneventful, there's almost this constant or arriving like a
I
heavy.
could not hear if you were making a sound. Sorry.
Oh, is my RTX like fucking me? Oh
I
my.
don't know. I saw you like doing things with your mouth, but I could not discern what the sound was.
Did
Sorry.
did it for everybody else? Did it cut me out there? Or?
It was
I
yeah,
think
you
so.
got
A little
RTX.
bit.
Ah.
I heard like a.
It was like a slight breeze, but I was like, seems normal, I guess, unless it's like a weird breeze.
Okay, I'll do it again. As you kind of drift off into slumber or otherwise, you begin to hear this. Am I getting cut out again, or
I heard
No,
like
that
a,
one did.
Just
okay?
working.
This almost like a high drum, like a very heavily built ringing like that just begins to kind of like dull and like grow closer and closer. This almost like rhythmic like battle music that seems to almost carry a heavy familiarity to the drums of war back in your orcish like clans. But as it's coming into this like precipice, you can feel this like this otherwise like ring drawing closer and closer before you hear the heavy shake of your of one of your compatriots' arms, just like as you can see Kinnick kind of standing over you as you are shaking him awake for his turn in the watch.
It's your shift to take watch now.
Thanks, Kinnick.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you happen to hear drums?
No. I mean, just the steady rain, and I mean, there's some creatures every so often that make some noises.
Huh. Well, I must be just a little out of it. Yeah, okay. I'll extra my watch. You can go right to bed, Kinnick.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Thank
Nothing
you.
will get past me. In my +6 perception.
I instantly fall asleep.
I try to like think. I'm like think. Did you say something, Thomas? You.
Oh,
in-
I'm muted. My
Oh.
apologies. As you kind of ask or look towards Kinnick, and Kinnick kind of gives you the the ascertain of the end of his watch and the beginning of yours. You begin to hear at the distant edges of your hearing just come into this rhythmic as the rhythmic drum kind of comes over Kinnick. You not hearing this in any form of the sense, as you also begin to see the very, as these drums are beginning to build to this like heavy precipice, you can feel this like aura of like malice kind of build around and throughout the forest. The silence and the rain cut out entirely as you feel this familiar presence, the sense of iron, the smell of iron in the air, followed by the tinge of like warfare. Most of your compatriots still completely asleep, as you can see the face of Kinnick seem to like twist for a moment before you can see the slight almost like tinge of confusion as you look down and you notice that your falchion is currently buried hilt deep into the chest of Kinnick. You notice that the sleeping bags surrounding the campfire are now bloodied, pierced, and removed. You can see the bodies of your compatriots now lifeless and still. The forest beginning to burst and kind of come over this this rhythmic and almost like eerie red glow as the tinge of warfare and fire kind of begin to bring light and luminescence around you as the drums are just.
What's going on?
Is there anything you say, Kinnick, I guess?
Wait, do I hear it or?
You're not actually experiencing this, but the
Yo,
I guess.
Bro, there goes
He's
the
like freaking out in front of you.
Oh, so he's just like.
No,
kinda
no.
acting a little crazy, or-
Like
Oh.
I was just giving you the baton if you wanted to say something for your guy, because I guess like, but
Oh, like
say
in
in
the
this
dream.
vision.
In the
You-
vision.
yeah, in
Oh,
the
like
vision.
when it says,
Vision.
Oh.
"Hey, did you
Yeah.
kill me, Carvark?"
Why?
Kinnick.
What?
As he lets out the final like question before he falls over, and as he falls back into the campfire, you can notice that as he hits the ground, you find the entire like surroundings seem to change as you are now standing waist deep in uh, uh in carcasses, corpses of immeasurable or uncountable. As you can now notice that as the bodies just continue to pile on, falling through the canopies, in this almost like drowning like bloodshed, as you are just in this like clambering, you can see that the rain or otherwise the pitter patter has turned to the falling of like just entire carcasses and bodies that pile on and threaten to suffocate your entirety of it. The rain going from water to this like Icarus like blood that is just falling, as you can see the light above you beginning to close out the drums all the while until it cuts to silence as a single body lands on the one light at the top of the as you crawl for air. And as that happens, you do find yourself waking up out of your dream in a cold sweat, startling Kinnick, who was about to kind of like stir you awake. You're actually here now.
Kinnick.
Oh.
You're not
Yeah.
dead.
I mean.
Where are the bodies?
Well,
Where are
I
they?
died, but that was a while ago.
I look around and just
Is
a
everything
haze.
okay?
There's bodies everywhere. There's carcasses strewn miles wide. Where'd they go?
Uh,
You were at the end of my blade. Why? What happened?
I, that might be one of those awful dreams that we had. I mean, I had one the other day where, I can't remember who. Someone died, and then Tor and Gowan were all dead, and Corin, he was just about to die. And
I reach up and grab Kinnick by the shoulder, kind of like, you're all right, right? No,
yeah,
no
you're right,
injuries. You're fine.
yeah, I'm fine.
What was that? I've never seen anything like it. It was so much slaughter.
I'm starting to think maybe the Mist Isles give us nightmares.
Would I remember anything like this before, Thomas, or is this a completely new experience to me as a revenant?
I'd say you've always heard the drum, though you've never been able to find the source of it. But this is the first that it's come in such a vivid like since your awakening as an oracle. So
I don't
No, he's an orcicle.
remember it, sir. I made the pun in
Shut
the
up,
last.
we're asleep.
Oh yeah, I'm sleeping. Sorry.
I recognize that drum. There's always a faint thrum through the air. It's never been so clear. I've never seen visions like that before. I've been a revenant for a while. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, maybe it's got to do something with us being revenants. Maybe there's something. If there's too many of us, we all have nightmares.
I guess maybe I'll ask the Shrine Maiden. Maybe she'll know, or maybe she can ask someone who's been a revenant for a while. I'm gonna keep watch for the night. I don't think I can sleep after that.
Well, make sure just drink some water. You know.
Yeah.
Stay
Right.
hydrated and keep your
I'm
eyes
very
peeled for
homish.
anything.
But
Hydro home.
hydro
I'm
homish.
not playing.
But yes, I'm gonna drink some water, and I'm just gonna cover the rest of the shifts. Everyone else can sleep. I'm a little too wound up to go back to bed anytime soon.
Well, are you sure?
Just go to sleep, Nick. Just
Oh,
go
okay.
to sleep.
Well, if you do need to tap out, I don't really know who's gone on shift yet. I don't remember the order. But
The order's
get
a
the
little
next one in
blurry.
line.
no, he's the last one. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Never
keep
mind.
Just rest easy, Kinnick, for the hour and 6 minutes we have.
Yes, I will fall asleep instantly and get to 1 hour and 36 minutes.
Everyone's just like on the other side, turned over.
That's what I was doing. While I was sleeping, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Carvok stands up and sits near the fire to keep watch and pokes it a bit, and he takes off his sword and he sets it to the side.
Okay.
Just out of arm's reach.
Wow.
On the other side. So if Kinnick's over,
Friendship
he's
with
heading.
sword ended.
Do you unsheath your sword or like?
No, I take the sheath off itself, like with the sword, and I just set
Yeah.
it like slightly out of arm's reach.
Okay.
And I'm not really focused on watching. I'm just staring into the fire, thinking about the things that I see.
As you sit around the fire, kind of looking into it, you hear the rain has stopped at this point. And as you're looking into the cackling flames, you can hear the slight like escape of like liquid. And as you kind of like look over to your blade, you notice that there is the surrounding dirt is beginning to like dampen a dull like crimson, as the blade was slaked in like blood while within its sheath. As it's
I'm gonna like, I don't know the word, cautiously just like reach over to it, somewhat fearful, grab it, and start unsheathing it slowly. So like a part.
you notice that it is covered in like as you unsheath it, you can see like blood kind of like dripping out from the inside of the sheath, and as you kind of like unsheath it, you can see that the blade is just slaked in gore and like blood before you take it out completely,
What? What
as
is
though
this?
as though you had like freshly drawn it from battle.
What is this? What is going on? Am I going crazy? What is this? What the fuck?
Yo, bro, I'm just trying to go back to sleep.
I hold it out and just kind of like tip it slightly, so it like if there's like excess blood, it runs down into the fire itself. And
Mhm.
I'm just watching it at this point, utterly confused.
As you hear a final drum beat, all of it disappears. The blade is completely clean, same as it had last been, before silence consumes the environment around you.
I like grab a cloth and I like wipe down the blade, and like I'm looking for any like stains or anything to show that's not clean.
You don't see anything beyond that as you kind of wipe at it. There's no blood on the rag as you wipe it away beyond like old stains from previous and known battles. Nothing of the viscera that like stained it before. And over the course of your watch, as you continue to kind of like look for any sort of strange events beyond that, you see nothing or experience nothing else. As the morning light seems to kind of crest over the across the gray clouds above you, and luminescence begins to creep into the forestry, though it still remains the same. As the light kind of comes in, the forest kind of begins to, or the bog kind of begins to come alive into the buzz. You can hear the morning insects and crickets kind of like belching out their harmonious tune, and along with all the other like buzzing creatures within the surrounding area. The sight like disturbance of water to the within the pools beside you as you notice the creatures within it are on the move once again. But as this is all stirring to life, as the forest awakens, so does your fellow compatriots, as you can see them all stirring to awakening at once as well.
I'm just not noticing it. I'm still just staring at my blade with a distant, like lost look in my eyes, not even paying attention to them awakening.
Karvak? Kind of go over to him and still like distant. I don't want to like get near him while he's got swooping out like that. Karvak?
What?
Ah!
Oh. I see that it's Kinnick, and I immediately stash the blade like as fast as possible.
You kind of give it a spin and kind of resheath it very quickly. Connect those startled. He sheaths the blade.
I'm sorry, Kinnick. I didn't see you there.
Oh,
You're
that's
fine.
okay.
You're still all right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Good to hear.
Everyone else is in there like.
Are you all right?
Just to clarify, everybody else, you're in your like your Skyrim like wake up animation of like. Yeah.
That's right.
Karvak just like looks down with a lost look. I don't know, if I'm honest. It's just blood. There's so much blood.
Where?
It was on the blade.
I see your blade real quick?
No. If you stay away, I just want to be safe. You never know when these things could bite. And I slowly unsheath it, not all the way, just kind of like I show it like to him from a solid distance, and like
I'm outside of reach.
he is outside my reach.
Yeah.
We are
The bl-
social distancing.
The blade seems well maintained. Its steel is cleaned and varnished. You can definitely tell it's the most cared for instrument that he has on his person, beyond his own armaments.
Well, I don't see any blood on there. You seem to clean it pretty well.
I take to polishing my sword regularly, but last night it was slicked, it was coated in so much blood. It was everywhere. And then it was gone. I stow it again, but this time I equip it entirely back to its spot along my back.
Are you sure it wasn't just some mud that you shook off?
Kinnick, if there's one thing I know in this world, it is a blood-stained blade.
I can't help but intrude. What are you talking about?
There was I had visions of some sort last night, Corin. They were horrible, blood-filled visions. And even when I thought I was awake, my sword was coated. It looked like a sword crafted from blood itself, let alone steel. I do not know what I see, I do not know what is happening. I myself might be going crazy. I'm going to ask the Shrine Maiden tomorrow night if we are not busy. If this is a revenant thing, or if she may have knowledge. But I do not know what's going on.
If we're going to talk to the Shrine Maiden, we'd have to return, and then we no telling where the Grey Gate puts us at after that.
Shit, I thought we could mentally go there or something like that, and then just get dropped back, like a bonfire from something or another.
I don't believe so.
Well, fuck, there goes that plan.
Well, I mean, if we clear out this problem with this creature and find the slaves, I imagine we probably wouldn't have much to do in the region anyway.
Well, we still gotta stop and set for a slaver's daughter.
True.
But other than that, yes. Maybe after we've cleaned up our tasks in the area, maybe then I can get my answers.
Oh, actually, there might be a way for you to get your answers. It's,
We'll call my raven over. Get over here. Or crow.
Yes, what is it? Oh, I got his voice wrong a little, but
Don't worry, I do that with Karvok all the time.
You can try asking this guy.
12-eyed bird. I come with you with a very personal question. And no, it is not of eyes. I ask you to relay this to the Shrine Maiden. Please. And the please, seems like it physically hurts Karvok.
he just looks at you. You know, he's seemingly waiting for a response, but he doesn't really reciprocate.
Well, I'm having visions. My allies slain by my own hand. Corpses everywhere. And my blade. A bloody blade of a kind I've never seen. Is this a revenant thing? Is this something you have any knowledge of? If you could relay these questions to the Shrine Maiden, I would be grateful. Many-eyed bird.
This is not a curse of the Revenants. This is something else. Whether the initial stages of madness or another enigmatic force is hard to say. But this one can assure you it is not a malignancy of your position.
My position as a revenant, or just my position in life?
Yes,
Okay.
I would hope that your compatriots can attest no similar visions.
The only other revenant I've seen that's been around as long as I have is Theoden. But you are right. They have not shown any similar signs, I guess, but keep an eye out for 'em.
Unless you are turning. But so early, I doubt that.
You get the feeling he's referring to Essence Beast.
That's what I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But in that scenario, it would be merely madness.
Well, Karvok gives himself a thorough shake. Thank you, many-eyed bird. Thank you, Corn.
I'm gonna walk over to Karvok and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna say, "Listen, friend. One lesson I've learned: it's not easier to clean your blade than it is to clean your conscience."
Thank you, Gowan. I'm gonna get prepared for the day. You know, get things all in line for our adventures against the slavers.
As
Yes. And so Karvok's gonna walk away and start doing his daily preparations. And his curse has been reduced below minor status thanks to his long rest. His daily preparation.
Oh yeah. Now with my new daily preparation, I'm gonna walk over to Gowan. I remember Tora said that you should keep your foot warm.
Yeah, something like that. Warmth and dryness will do it good.
I can make your boot a little bit warmer.
Really?
Nothing. It won't do anything about making it dry at the moment, but
Well, I've sort of strung up my socks by the fire, so hopefully they're dry by now. But yeah, if you could do that, that would be much appreciated.
let me just. Well, would you prefer your socks to be warmed instead?
I'm not sure if whatever difference it'll make. We'll use your better judgment.
We'll probably do that. That way, it's always on your skin.
I give him my sock keys.
Sock spell.
It's
Heat sock.
prestidigitation. I can
Oh.
warm 1 pound of non-living material, or flavor it too.
Saki.
I'm just take a little bit of that like fire essence and just kind of like put it into the socks.
How long
It's not
does it
gonna burn the
last?
socks, but now they're like always warm as if you just got them out of the fire or the dryer.
Ooh,
Oh.
fire. Warm. You can warm up towels like they're just out of the dryer.
Yeah,
Yo.
I prepared that today.
you guys
And I
notice
also
that?
prepared no direction.
You notice the last one to kind of stir awake, kind of rolling over. You notice he's half kind of like slinked out of his like sleeping bag, and the right side of his face that was laying within like a muddied puddle. As he kind of turns around, you notice that it's all like hardened and like caked to the right side of his face. His like long hair, kind of like slicked up messily, is Theoden.
Shit, I can't tidy him if I'm sustaining the warmth.
Are you okay?
What are we doing here again?
Look at
Ah.
the slaves.
Yeah. That's right. What?
Stephen, are you alright?
What? What?
Do you have swamp foot as well?
What? No, I don't. I don't think so. I gotta check. Oh no. Why is everybody quiet? What's happening? What's? Oh,
It's the morning.
nobody made breakfast. Um.
We just had our rations.
Of course, yeah. Rations. I'll. I'll eat mine. That's all. Gonna open my bag. Look at my. Look at my ration.
Theoden,
You,
Well,
are you after for conversation right now?
sure.
Are you
Good
rich,
to you.
skilled, or a very good thief?
Uh. Well, I'm not a thief. I am clearly not rich. Uh, I don't want to lie to you guys anymore, but I am not really skilled with the sword. I am just a humble elf.
Well, where'd you get that sword then? It's Acier make, isn't it?
It's a family sword. It's just something that I got from my family. You know how elves are. They just get those kind of things. And well, I don't. I know how to use it. I'm just not very good at it. To tell you the truth, I am more of an actor than anything. I
You all right back
I'm
there,
not
Prince? Are you floundering a bit?
just eating my rations. I just God. Warm water. It's a little
So,
rough.
why'd you come with us then?
Uh, so, no, I just need to get home. Uh, and you guys seem like you're going out. You seem like a very good group that would, you know. But now we're chasing slaves. I don't really know why, but I hopefully, you know, along the way I might find a home again. So we're just on the other side of the continent. So now I'm out. I guess I'm gonna be, if you guys allow me, just following along. Hopefully I'll be useful.
I think.
I'm
just
gonna go
being
back
a
to bed.
good- Oh,
Guys.
Listen, was
But
it the
we're-
right
we're getting
decision to
up.
bring him along with us? I'm a bit worried about him.
What?
You can trust Prince over there. He's a little flaky, but he can be reliable in his
Let's
own
hope
way.
he's in the right state of mind for this sort of thing.
Nah, he's fine. Leave him
Well,
be. He'll get
It's
over
been
it.
one day.
You know, I think we're all a little messed up in our own ways.
Carvalk looking in the distance. No, but-
I think the presence of someone gentle and kind like him is enough to make any journey worth it.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll
Are you
stick
forcing
by
those words out, Dora? It didn't really sound genuine.
No, I was just kind of thinking of it as I said it, you know? Sometimes you just start saying stuff and you don't even like think about it.
Listen, if it's too much of a burden, you guys can always take me back. I'll just stay. I'll just stay there.
I think
It's
that
No,
okay.
we're not letting you back. You're not going back. You're staying out here. You're being a man about it. Come on.
You know, maybe it's a good idea to just let me go back. You guys take me there. I won't take even a day. I'll
Theoden,
just.
can you
No.
can you try smiling?
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, I think we should keep him.
Gabe, you're
My-
too good at
He's
smiling.
like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
My father once told me that one smile can undo 1,000 worries. If we're fighting and we're doing things that are tough, and I look back and I see a smile so genuine like that, I think it can make it worth it.
Well, I thank you. Um, thank you so much. I've been trying to pose as a good fighter, but I didn't know it would be too hard on myself.
It's kind of insulting, honestly.
I think
You
the
say
best
you're a
thing you
good
can do is
actor,
be
right?
you.
What I didn't got what Alex said.
You said you're a good actor, right?
I I like to believe I am sometimes. Yes.
Well, that's all we're ever doing is acting.
You do enjoy playing a role there, Theo.
Well, I don't know what to say actually. Uh, I feel like hopefully in some ways I can be useful, but I'm very grateful to have you guys with me at least now. At least for now. I'll try not to get in your guys' way. That's for sure. And I'll try not to cry in public. I'll do my best to act that out.
What do you want to be, Theoden?
What do I want to be? I honestly, I just want to go back home. I, I, uh, I just, I just don't want to. I, I don't know. I, I had this dream, but Dad, and then, you know what? We don't need to talk about this right now. I just want to go back home. I don't want to be anything. I don't need to be anything. Uh,
Prince, if you
th-
leave, who's gonna catch the fish for us?
please
We
don't
need
call
you-
me. Stop calling me Prince. That's dangerous. Please.
All right.
I got stabbed because of it, and I don't want to go through that again.
Well, I'll respect your decision, but hey, I don't think anyone here will stab you for a nickname. I apologize though if it offended you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cause such a emotional
It's
problem with you with this.
I,
Just kind of picked it up from Harden, you know.
I'm sorry. This is just too much. This is unnecessary. I I'm sorry. Well, it's okay. I'm just scared, and I fear the worst sometimes. Uh,
You got us here.
that's true.
Does anyone want to jump in after that one? Because I was kind of hoping someone would. I was kind of opening the floor on that one.
Fear.
It-
If you're afraid,
it-
that's okay. But
You guys don't need to cheer me up. It's fine. It's okay. I am a grown ass man. I can take care.
Oh, you were an elf.
How old are you?
751 years old. Most of my
Shit.
what? No. Well, you see, I like to spend my time at home. It's pretty big though. We might come, we might come across this later on anyway. So I guess I should just let it out. And I hope I can trust you guys at least for now. You guys been really great. But my father is also known as the High Phoenix, and I'm his son, and I'm kind of, I'm the next one in line. At least I was alive, and I don't want to get in any trouble. That's it.
Do I know anything about
I'll be
that
right back.
brawl or?
Yeah, where's the High Phoenix at? What's that about?
Have I heard any rumors crawling through little rat caves?
We need little rat books.
If anyone wants to make a society, for recall knowledge, this is a GM. Obviously, you don't have to, Gabe.
Do we gotta be trained in it?
What's my
Yeah,
father?
can
No.
I do it as an
No,
untrained?
you can do it untrained, but the DC
Okay.
is gonna be a bit higher.
What's
Not
the
gonna be great.
thing?
It's a society.
Society. What novels?
Oh, oopsies.
Only
Oh.
There you go.
losers have that skill, right?
Do I get any benefits? Because Gabe told me already.
Kinnick, Tora, you both know the High Phoenix as a mythical bird, born and molded within stories, to be the personification and creation of like fire, uh, capable of dying and being reborn countless times. It is a very popular children's story, but the fact that you are standing before the child of said phoenix is hard to believe. You kind of think he's bullshitting because he doesn't really look like a bird, and he's not on fire.
Silly.
I'm gonna bend down and whisper to Nick. Does he look like a bird to you?
Well, I haven't seen many, but you know, I don't think he does. It's not on fire either. I thought a phoenix was on fire or something.
Yeah, my mother sang me stories about them. I'm not sure. I don't think he is one.
No, I don't really know what he is. I mean, sure he's like not all there in the head, but are any of us really all there in the head?
You guys look like you're just staring up and down. Did I say
Yeah,
something?
I was like, I had to like physically bend down to talk to Nick. Yo, what the fuck?
I don't know what's going on. He's not a bird. He's not on fire.
Is there any problem there?
I mean,
Oh,
I've
right.
heard this
Well,
I think I've heard
I-
this from
Bird, are
information
you?
before, if I remember right. Theo, you've
what?
told me, right?
What? What you say?
Me?
Yeah.
You're not a bird, are you?
A bird. No. My
The high
my
phoenix
father
is a-
said no. Oh well, I forgot. I'm sorry. You are not from this time. Yeah, I don't think you would know much about Orem, my father. He's one of the most he's one of the most powerful high elves on Aesir. Um, so I I'm from a noble family.
But
And he
is
just
your
call
dad a bird
himself.
then?
No, that's just a nickname.
Oh,
So a phoenix isn't real.
I don't. I mean, I never seen one. I've read about them, but no, my
So
dad is an elf.
so I mean, Kinnick, that's what we were talking about. You didn't seem
I'm
like the mythical bird itself.
no, I'm not a mythical bird. I'm just
Me
a
and
good
Kinnick
old
are
elf.
like 7 years old, like mentally probably.
Yo, no, I'm 6. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
He's 6 and dead, so you know he's not getting
Can
any
I
better.
can I sense motive, Theoden?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've told me this before, Theo. Just, I think it's been a
Well,
while since we talked, though.
Some stories, I think. Yes.
Yeah, because we used to always chat. We're the greatest of friends before I left. After
Of
that, like
of
2
course.
days.
Of course. Of course. And then you left. But
I mean, you didn't want to come with us. I didn't want to force you on the matter, but now we got 4 other people to drag you out, and I decided that was a good thing for you. You need to get out and about. You can't just be wasting away in the Misted Isles like some of those others.
I suppose you and Han are right. But anyways,
So Theoden, like
yes.
dead ass, you're the son of the High Phoenix.
Um,
What does that mean?
What is
Yeah.
that slang?
It's Galdrin tongue. It's a bit,
Wow.
you only know if you're from Gotham. I mean,
Oh wow, that's a new type of common there, right there. Yes, I am.
is there like a title you prefer?
Just call me Theo. Hey, I had classes that I need to take to become the prince, and later on, the next one in line. But I kind of don't like them. So
And you're 751.
I, my father is very old, and he went to battles, and I was just stuck at home. And yes, I am 751 years old. I'm not lying. Um,
Do I believe this? All of this?
Not even a
Yeah.
roll. That's how
I'll
you
just
know
say
it's
to
true.
Corin, yeah, Corin, I just realised that he's telling the truth. You know, until like 30 seconds ago, I thought it was all a joke, but it didn't know.
Something clicked.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
connected the dots.
You guys don't have like obvious like backing. He's not like he doesn't really have like Well, actually,
Yo, where's his birth certificate
He-
at? Come on.
you do actually have an insignia on your person. And but that's up to you if you wanted to show that. The
Bro,
But
DM
Gowan and like Corin, though he talks very like nervously, and kind of sheepishly, he is very much like it's hard. He's not showing any signs that he's like lying. You can definitely tell that this is not something he likes to talk about. But it's kind of something hard to believe too. But
Wait, so one clarifying question, Theoden. Does that 750 years, does that include whatever time may have passed since you died to now?
I believe that I passed a few months, or maybe 6 months ago or so.
Okay.
I mean, what
That
what
means-
year was it when you died?
that means Theo was alive
This year?
before everyone.
Yeah.
Theo is now confirmed oldest.
This
He
year,
doesn't
I
even have
think.
death years.
Wow.
So do you have like you're the son of the High Phoenix? You got like innate elven magic or anything? Because I got that, and I'm not son of the most powerful elf in history.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn. Yo, Corin's out here flexing on us? Like, fuck, bro.
You're asking if I have any what? Some type of.
Well, like I could do this as I cast shield.
I can do that too. I
Oh,
just
Okay.
I use. I act. I perform, and the magic just comes out.
Can you make a very convincing performance that you're killing something, and then that thing will die?
I don't know. I don't necessarily try and kill anyone. I think I never did try. That's why I'm dead. But I can try and convince people of other things. I can. I don't know. I just. I am really sorry. I've just. I don't know how my skills fit in this situation.
Here, how about
Wha-
this? I'll tear a page out of my journal, write up a resume as I give him a quill.
It,
What
it
is
looks
that?
suspiciously
What
like
is
a
a
character
resume?
sheet.
What is a
put-
resume? I never had to
it's-
do that before.
It's you just have to put all your skills and things you're good at, your education.
3 people of reference, previous work experience.
Any
Yeah, make
volunteer
sure all
experience too?
it's all. I just like you have
I've
trouble talking about it, so I figured maybe just giving you some writing and then having you do it on your own time would be more comfortable for you.
I've worked at McDonald's, Elf McDonald's.
I go there
I
all
was
the time.
cashier. uh,
Employee.
How do you think I got so smart?
I Elf McDonald's.
It's that Elf McDonald's like Sprite, just like
It just gets you. I'm just gonna write all the bullshit that I did throughout my years. Instead of like going to my battle training, I went to my theater. with like friends.
He's a fucking theater kid.
Oh,
I
Beat 'em up,
am.
boys.
I
Nerd.
I am. It'll be very easy actually to beat me up.
You don't know whether or not it's
Sounds good.
impressive or kind of sad that he can fit 700 years of experience on a single piece of paper and he doesn't fill the whole thing.
I give you back the piece of paper. I'm basically a bard, but I'm gonna give it back to you.
Corin, what are the stat spreads?
He's useless.
He's a good actor. He apparently he was in theatrical performances or theater classes.
That
And
is?
That's wonderful.
He learned about, basic laws, so he didn't, he'd know. That's and there's others.
That's wonderful, Theoden.
Oh,
Or like cracks like a smile. Wonderful. Not like a mean one, it's a genuine one, but wow.
oh God. Well, that's it. I think I don't know. We can always go back, right? You guys can drop me there.
I mean, you
It's-
could go by yourself if you really want to. You just
Ah.
have to do the stone thing.
Right
Yeah,
now,
we
it's
need-
going to go.
We're not bringing you back. You need to be out here for your own good.
I'll try to
Toughen up
be.
that spine.
Shit.
I don't think it's the spine that needs toughening up. I think you need to toughen what's up here.
I've never been insulted
Spine.
in so much in less than an hour in my entire life.
Spine, mine, Tor, it doesn't matter. We're gonna make him stand up straight, and he'll thank us for it in the future, probably.
Just
I
try to
sound like
be
my
a
father.
just try to be a rock unshaken by the wind, and I think you'll be okay.
When challenge meets you, you stare it dead in the eye and you spit in it.
I think they call this
You sh-
toxic masculinity.
The only thing you should
Corin,
be
shut up.
afraid
I've
of,
come from a different time. Shut up.
the only thing you should be afraid of is standing still, Theoden.
You're a bulwark.
You guys are right.
You're just
I'll-
Damn right.
I got that
let's-
+2 wisdom, bro. I wrote all these things down.
Oh,
I have literally no wisdom or intelligence to my name, but by God, I will try to make you feel better.
also, Daniel, did you ever make a society check for
I didn't.
his
I just
puppy?
didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
So my society is that high.
That's okay.
I think we should go now.
Yeah, so I hold everyone for way too long. It's
No.
let's go.
no.
It's okay.
Listen, Theoden, you're like an ancient being of untold wisdom. You can have more confidence in yourself.
Ancient, yes. Knowledge? I don't think so.
Are you at least a being?
I'm here.
2 out of
Thank God.
3.
That's all you need, really.
Everybody has
66%?
worth. Everybody has worth, Theoden.
Uh,
You know, there's bugs out there that eat dung. They have something to do, just like you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tora?
Tor just did a roundabout way of saying eat shit.
No, I said everybody has a thing to do. Even them bugs that just eat poop.
Yo, you know those bugs that just eat
That's-
shit all day?
That's
You're
that's
just
Leave
like
them.
you
Eat
got
shit.
work.
that's some Chinese wisdom I looked up, dude. That's what they're telling me.
I feel like in this
Chinese are telling you to eat
circumstance,
shit.
it's an insult.
I might sound like one, but it's not. You know. Even though, what's the?
He's got
there's
this
another
nice dopey smile. You're just like,
one. Even a
Theoden
fool
will
has-
remember that.
Even a fool has one talent.
thank you, Tor.
Oh, maybe we should just get in that goddamn raft.
Honestly, we've been here for a while. It's a lot of talking. I'm getting tired. There's battle to be had.
My master has told me a lot of things, and I try to keep them up here.
Carvok's just gonna start pushing the raft in while they're having their feel-good moments.
Yeah, do
As-
we all like
muted.
sit
No,
on
no.
it and float?
As
I
as
think
you
carve chairs.
as most of you guys are currently standing away from like the coast, you've but kind of like kicked out the fire and just kind of like are now standing around. Uh, Theo being the one like closest because he like just woke up and his sleeping bag was kind of like on the little like the closest to that little like shoring where the raft is sitting near. And as you guys are kind of like looking over him, you notice that there is the first one to notice it is like as all this like wisdom is kind of being thrown to Theo, and Theo, I don't know if you're being uplifted by it or hurt by it.
It hurts. Uh,
Theo, Theo,
no one ever told me the truth so hard like that before in my
Theo,
entire life.
Theo, you're kind of reeling, your eyes closed, as you're just trying to put your brave face back on, knowing that there's a whole nother day ahead of you, but you're not knowing what's behind you. As Karvok, you're the first one taking a few steps to the left, still about 8 feet away from Theo and the raft, but you notice that creeping up behind like Theo that had been like slinking up the side is a large bellied like crocodile that is like rearing its jaw back. Roughly
I
about
try to. Oh, sorry.
what? No, what were you?
I was gonna say I'm gonna try to whip my dagger out and throw it at the thing real quick.
Rolled a hit.
Cha. Just crit.
Yeah, just crit.
Oh,
I
Oh,
would
you
like to
critted
use
on-
my hero point.
Didn't you use that already on the save?
What's
Oh wait, no, you saved immediately, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
doesn't that use your dex if you're throwing? No, use your strength.
Yeah, for a thrown weapon, it's strength.
Da-da-da-da.
Theo just kind of like on the verge of tears as you just throw it. It's a dagger.
It is a dagger. Yes.
As you
I'm not chucking
toss
my
the
falchion.
as you toss the dagger, and just as this crocodile kind of lunges forward, the dagger kind of strikes it in the eye. Go ahead and roll the damage for it.
Bro, did it crit with a 27?
Still 2d4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a 27,
Yes.
it did not.
Aww.
They got a scaly hide.
Yeah, they do.
They aren't like the zombie boys.
The
Hold on.
dagger kind of
Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. I am not in minor. Never mind.
the dagger kind of sinks into, barely misses its eye, but sinks past a little bit into the upper portions of its like what would be its temple and portions of its face before sinking, and you can see it just knocks its like lunge off slightly to hear, instead of the crush of bone and flesh as it hits Theoden, the as its like jaw just like release air, and otherwise before it pulls itself back into the water, retreating.
All right, Theo.
I thought you were gonna do me dirty like that. But,
I mean,
thank
it's a
you
little
for
underhanded for me. I'm sorry, but no, I just
thanks for saving me again.
I'd like
Oh,
to
wow,
quickly
Remove-
look around to see if anyone else is getting
No, yeah, you do a little 1-2 and there's nothing.
Did the dagger stick in the croc?
Yeah, it's gone.
Fuck! I don't have a dagger anymore.
remove dagger from
Now
the-
he does. He's gonna fucking come back.
The
and
dagger's
stab
gonna
us.
go- the fucking croc's gonna come back with the dagger. He's like, I remember my eye, asshole.
An eye for an eye.
You've armed him.
Leaves the
I
whole
know.
Turns
world
out
alive.
Theoden knew the crocodile was sneaking up on him the whole time. He just like he wanted it.
He played it up.
Wanted to go back.
Return to dung.
Return the slab.
What are we doing, fellas?
Going on the raft.
Immediately, we're going to just go along with it.
That was awesome.
Does someone want to use my shield as a paddle?
I thought we were just gonna dig in the water.
Oh, I
Maybe I
got
can
one
get a
right
stick.
here.
Pulls out a shadow
Big
paddle.
paddle.
As the silence comes upon again, and even in open sunlight, even though grayed out slightly by the clouds above, the paddle of shadow still sits firmly in your palm.
So, is paddling a strength-based skill? I assume it is.
It is, but this is also a form of piloting, but it doesn't really matter who does it.
Corin?
Because I can start paddling if we need a bit of oomph into the thing.
Corin, can I see that paddle real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna cast light on it.
Damn, I could have done that.
Does it
Not-
still emit light outside, or does it
No.
like not even?
No. For the purposes of your spell, when you like target this as like an object, nothing happens. It just fizzles.
I'm going to quickly just take a glance at it, and well, while I'm holding it, because I assume I'll be the one paddling for
Mhm.
the strength-based things.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the cantrip Read Aura.
What does that tell you?
Focus on the target object. Open your mind to perceive magical auras. When casting is complete, you know whether the item is magical. I assume it probably is magical. And then you learn the school of magic.
I'm gonna ask Corin something.
So while we're just getting set up, I'm just gonna be like reading aura on it.
Okay.
Because isn't that like 10-minute cast or something?
It is a 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
Corin, you see that he's like casting a spell over your little paddle, but you stump up on you. But as he's doing that, was something gonna go happen? What were you doing? There's a cat doing parkour behind you. Oh, there you go.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice her. Damn it, she always opens up this drawer. No, you can't go.
And now she can't get down.
Now
Dude,
she can
jump on the
get
bookshelf.
down.
Just jumps straight at the camera.
Corin,
Yep.
is this some sort of dark magic?
No, it's
Oh,
just
sure,
my magic.
Well, I can't seem to make it glow at all. It seems
It's
to almost
probably
have like
'cause
some
it's
sort of.
It's probably like more illusory than actually real.
Oh. It seems almost like dark magic.
I mean, it's dark in color, yeah.
Where did you learn how to do that, Corin?
Oh, I said it earlier. I have my innate elf magic.
Insight check.
Yeah, I'm a sense mode of that.
Go ahead and
He's
go
never
ahead.
used this
God damn it.
before.
I kind of want to do that.
What do you mean? I've been with you guys for 2 days. Of course I haven't used it before. I haven't used a lot of my abilities before.
Bro,
Just
I
a
don't
blind
care. I just
GM
wanted
roll?
to see what type. I
Uh,
wanted to see if I could do this
uh,
shadow bullshit too.
Oh shit, was that supposed to be secret?
All deceptions are secret, if
Deception,
I
we
remember.
got him. I'm gonna do.
Deception.
Do you want a hero point?
Discretion.
Me?
Yeah,
Is this supposed to be a secret check?
it is.
Okay.
Well, I guess I should have done this public, so I guess I'll read
Oh.
everyone's. So
Hell yeah.
since it's a competitive between players, I don't really care. So it's Gowan got a 22, Corin got an 18, Tor got a 13, and Kinnick got a 23.
Please, Alex, don't use it.
Please.
Yo, it's 10 o'clock. It's 10:30. We're nearing the end. Burn it.
Yeah, why not? I'll burn it.
Now.
I want to
Public again.
I want to see it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Some
no.
people still snuck through, but
I got no clue.
So can someone repeat
give
what
a
what the read was on? What did you say,
If
Corin?
it's his elven
I said
magic or
this
not.
is my innate elven magic is what I said.
It is not his innate elven magic.
Okay.
Tor, you're just like, "Oh, okay.
I was like, I can do like shadow stuff too sometimes if I like key some stuff.
Also for my little the boy doing the look on, you read the aura, and in it you find that it is indeed very magical, entirely encompassed by magic. A very cold and like empty magic. It is along with that, it is most similar to the wind of conjuration in form of schools.
probably should have assumed that with him pulling it out of thin
Yeah.
air. Conjuration.
It's only a cantrip.
But
Big
yeah,
brain.
both of the boys who rolled above a 20, yeah, you catch him on his shit.
You know, some good
Cor-
conjuration
Corin.
magic. It's very solidly built.
I can do that kind of stuff too.
I know magic, and that doesn't seem to be something innate.
Well, it's definitely magical.
Yes. But why do you have to lie?
Listen, Kinnick. Now's not
Yes.
the time. Let's focus on the job at hand.
Okay.
Listen, there's a lot of secrets in life. I can't tell you everything. Maybe in time. But I have to keep my privacy, at least somewhat. I don't know you guys all that much. It's only natural that we should lie to each other and keep our secrets when we've only met each other 2 days ago.
Well, I prefer not necessarily lying, but
That's
just
being
not
very
telling the
smart.
stories that I need to lie about.
Well, when you're pointedly questioning me about my magic, I can do nothing but lie. Do not be mad at me if you push me in a corner and then find out that I have to fight.
I think we should go. I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's people in need of helping.
I'm good to
All
go
right.
if you guys are. Hey,
I use
bro,
my
I'm
dark
I'm
paddle.
paddling, bro. It's me.
Oh, you're paddling? Okay.
I'll give my shield to whoever wants it to use as a makeshift paddle.
Yo, use it as like what's the
Motorboat.
word? A rudder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
could one of
big
us
brain.
like go off the edge and just like kick
Yeah.
our feet?
Just like turn it. Like
Sure, you can
stick
put
the
your
shield
legs in the water.
and then you just like turn it.
Yeah, crockies. Crockies.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
put my feet in the water. Someone else can do that one.
I'm paddling.
My feet
I-
aren't
I'm
long
busy.
enough, so
Okay. So as you guys kind of push the raft out into the water and kind of stepping onto it, the paddle now pressing the water onward as you all kind of like bring the for the first time the raft gets tested, its craft or otherwise, seeing if it will stay afloat, and thankfully so, even with all your weight, this basically the surface stays afloat above the otherwise brackish green water of the swamp. The paddle posting nicely through the water as it begins to push it onward, churned and kind of cumbrously from your orcish compatriot, who, with his heavy muscles, is able to press the entirety of the raft forward. However, as everyone has climbed onto the raft and you have all made your way down and in search of these captured slaves, and after the people who had done such a crime, both on the road and otherwise, quick to jump in and after these people without any time to necessarily waste, going to the point of crafting your own raft or otherwise, it is on this raft and proceeding in search of these individuals that we will be ending our session of Scuffed Rolls Revived Episode 5. I thank all you boys for joining us. We will see
Yeah.
you next week.
Do it for the fame.
Do it for do the
Do it for
thing.
the fame.
Do the Stanky Leg here on sponsored.
The subscribe button is down in.
Please like and subscribe. No.
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing.
Hit
That's
that
what I'm
epic
saying, man. You gotta
notification.
hit the notification bell, bro.
Just that hurt. Alrighty.